Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Friday night football game between the visiting Mount Pleasant Tigers and the home team, the Sulphur Wildcats. Tonight's game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the University Interscholastic League. The UIL is composed of over 7,000 elementary, junior high, and high school members. From these schools, over 1 million students participate in the extracurricular programs. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic successes. Your conduct as a spectator should allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools. We ask that you show your appreciation for all of the students who will be taking part in tonight's game. The players, the cheerleaders, the pep squads, the bands, the drill teams, and many others. They all play an important part in their team's success. The officials for this game have been mutually agreed upon by coaches from both schools. Without them, this game would not be possible. We ask that you demonstrate that kind of respect for these officials that you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line and recognize the class of 2026 students and the guests who play in bringing Friday night football. This is senior night, and on you will see the students and guests of all varsity football players, athletic trainers, band members, Blue Blaze members, cheerleaders, and city council officers. Program sponsors coaches are head football coach Brandon Fairclough, athletic training coordinator Rosaria Wilson, Wildcat band director Spencer Henry, Blue Blaze director Meredith Dial, cheer coaches Karen Jasmer, Megan Tingle, Harvey Elvington, and student council Megan Tingle. Tonight we begin with football. Keyshawn John, running back, accompanied by his mother Kyla John and his sisters. Grayson Hardy, outside linebacker, accompanied by his parents, Stephen and Kelly Hardy. Gio Ibarra, defensive back, accompanied by his father, Richard Ibarra, mother Kimberly Ibarra, and his sister, Kristen Ibarra. C.T. Galloway, defensive back, accompanied by his cousin, Kiki Galloway. Jackson Hare, running back, accompanied by his parents, Jason and Tracy Hare. Creed Weisenhunt, safety, accompanied by his parents, Chad and Amy Weisenhunt. Ben Lovelady, by his parents, Annette and Aaron Lovelady, and his brother and sister-in-law. Matthew Jeter, HVAC, and Madison Jeter, accompanied by their parents, Casey and Sarah Jeter. Mason Cooper, quarterback, accompanied by his parents, Steve and Patricia Cooper. Nate Adams, defensive back, accompanied by his parents, Daramas and Shanta Adams. Jamarian Jeffrey, wide receiver, accompanied by his mother, Robin Conley, and his mother, Charmaine Jeffrey. Eric Rodriguez, kicker, accompanied by Victor and Derek Rodriguez. Zay Gallo, linebacker, accompanied by his mother, Lacey Lau, and Deacon Vaughn. Preston Nottingham, outside linebacker, accompanied by his parents, Scott and Melissa Nottingham. Alex McCormick, linebacker, accompanied by his mother, Ashley Wilson, and his stepdad, Robert Finn, and his sister, Kelsey McCormick. Ken Morris, middle linebacker, accompanied by his mother, Andrea Bowen, and his stepfather, Justin Bowen. Alex King, linebacker, accompanied by his parents, Eric and Andrea King. King, side linebacker, accompanied by his parents, Zach and Kim Newman.
Hi, James. Are we up?
Justin Strickland, defensive end, accompanied by
Okay, here we go. All right, better?
Sarah Allen.
Okay, all right. And for For some of you who may be listening in on YouTube while we are streaming senior night activities, good evening, it's John Mark Dempsey. We are making connection with KSST Radio right now for the radio broadcast, which will begin shortly. So, James, I suppose everything is sounding good at the moment? Very good. Tony Flippin, if you would say a word.
Good evening, James. Can you hear me? All right. Okay.
Brought it up a little bit further. Okay, so if everything seems to be okay, we're going to not disconnect, but we're going to turn our mics down, and you speak to us if you need to, James. Okay, very good.
Ruth Holmes, defensive tackle, accompanied by his mother, Bridget Cooper, and his grandparents, Charles and Carol Holmes. Lucas Shirley, defensive end, accompanied by his parents, Michael and Anna Shirley. Carter Anderson, defensive end, accompanied by his parents, Jeff and Haley Anderson. Jeff Stevenson, right tackle, defensive end, accompanied by his dad and stepmom, John and Amy Stevenson. Josh Lopez, right tackle, accompanied by his mother, Laura Marin, and his brother, Giovanni Marin. Trick McIntyre, offensive lineman, accompanied by his parents, Charlie and Michelle Bradford. Aiden McCarroll, offensive lineman, accompanied by his mother, Ashley Robinson, and his father, Kenneth McCarroll. Vincent Johnson, offensive lineman, accompanied by his parents, Vincent and Latoya Johnson. Defensive tackle, accompanied by his parents, Nick and Nikki Fennell. Bree Rozzi, athletic trainer, accompanied by her mother, Ashley James, and Nisha Johnson. Desi athletic trainer, accompanied by her parents, Marcus and Amanda Dosher.
James, give us a countdown when you're ready.
Montana Jones, athletic trainer, accompanied by her parents, Nina and Montrell Robinson. Man, oh man, now it's time for that Wildcat band. J.C. Arledge, trumpet, accompanied by her mother, Jenny Arledge, and her brother, Jaden Arledge. Diego Perez, trumpet, accompanied by his mother, Maria Martinez, and his father, Jose Perez. Chase Menard, trumpet, accompanied by his parents, Amber and Brian Menard. Mason Menard, percussion, accompanied by his parents, Michelle and Jerry Menard. Jackson Reed, trombone, accompanied by his parents, Darcy and Scotty Reed. Marcus Ramirez, trombone, accompanied by his parents, Christoph and Erica Ramirez. Hunter Starcy, trumpet, accompanied by his parents, Ben and Terry Starcy. Casey Barnett, clarinet, accompanied by her mother and stepfather, Larry and Courtney Barr, and her father, Shane Barnett. Dylan McKinney, clarinet, accompanied by her parents, J.D. and Kristen McKinney. Abby Williams, percussion section leader, accompanied by her parents, Derek and Nancy Williams. Cadence Sester, clarinet, accompanied by her mother and stepfather, Robert and her father, James Lester. Abriel Morales, Yanez, clarinet, accompanied by her parents, Jose and Maria Morales. Natalie Calderon Yanez, flute, accompanied by her parents, Jose and Maribel. Samuel Ramirez, tuba, accompanied by his parents, Belazar and Erla Ramirez. Natalia Gomez, color guard, accompanied by her parents, Martine and Melinda Gomez.
Well, no, we're ready to go anytime you want to bring it to us.
Tyson Harris, percussion, accompanied by his parents, Roland and Kelly Harris. Alex Cortez, tuba section leader, accompanied by his parents, Luis and Matilda Alvarez.
Okay, James, thank you very much. It's the Wildcats versus the Mount Pleasant Tigers, one of their oldest rivals here. Wildcats coming into the game with a 3-0 record. They are ranked 8th in 4A Division I football by Texas Football Magazine. Mount Pleasant comes in 0-3. They are a 5A Division II team, so they're higher classification than Sulphur Springs, and we are looking for a competitive game tonight, as we always expect when the Wildcats meet the Mount Pleasant Tigers. We'll talk more about the history of the series as we go along here tonight. Wildcat football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Saputo Dairy Foods, Justice Mother Francis Hospital, Farm Country Copy Products, Eaton Hardware, BT Medical, National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet. The pregame brought to you by Super Handy. Halftime brought to you by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. And the University Interscholastic League also is the sponsor of Wildcat football. James Terry is our producer in the KSST studio. Jansen is our technical director and video producer. You can see these games on YouTube streaming live and also later on a playback on YouTube, and also 18. Tony Flippin is our resident wise man, and we'll be hearing from Tony shortly as we get into the pregame program a little bit further this afternoon and this evening. We have senior night here at Gerald Prim Stadium, and Wildcat football team has already been introduced, the seniors, and right now band members are being introduced. Also, the Blue Blazes and cheerleaders will be introduced, the seniors, before tonight's ball game. So we will take a break, and we'll come back and hear from Wildcat head coach Brandon Faircloth. Wildcat football continues after this on KST.
Isaac Stanley, Euphonium section leader.
Okay, this is a 2-minute break, then Faircloth, and then another 2-minute break. Okay. We're going to turn down our mics, but we can hear you if you talk to us.
Accompanied by his father, Justin Riley, and his brother. Nathan Villieu, French horn section leader, accompanied by his parents, Darren and Melissa Villieu. Kara Batterton percussion and Paige Batterton oboe, accompanied by their parents, Casey and Kenneth Patterson. Cameron Davis, tuba, accompanied by his parents, Scott and Lisa Davis. Lucy McKenzie, percussion section leader, accompanied by her parents, Ryan and KK McKenzie. Kayla Santana, flute, accompanied by her mother, Lorena Santana, and her godfather, Alex Brenna. And now it's time for those special ladies of Blue Blazes. Emma Palacios, captain, accompanied by her parents, Miguel and Lindy Palacios.
Dad.
Kara Fagan, co-captain, and Emma Kerna, accompanied by their parents, Shane and Kathleen Hobbs.
Little brother.
Irma Moreno, senior lieutenant, accompanied by her parents, Laura and Ray Moreno.
Mason White? Yeah.
Skylar Wilson, baby representative, accompanied by her parents, Randy and Misty Wilson. Jennifer Rodriguez, accompanied by her father, Melvin Rodriguez, and her mother, Maria Gonzalez. Zakia Ivory, manager, accompanied by her parents, Tyra and Latasha Ivory. Vanessa Herrera Sturgeon, accompanied by her parents Oscar and Linda Herrera. From our Wildcat band, Brooks Bergen. Parents, Rory and Anthony Bergen. And now it's time for our cheerleaders. Emerson Bowles, captain and student council secretary, accompanied by her parents, Michael and Randy Bowles. Molly Keaton, accompanied by her father, Eric Keaton, and her mother, Kim Keaton. Sam Posey, clarinet, accompanied by her father, Jeremy Posey, and her mother, Stacy Davis. Taylor Price, accompanied by her parents, Jeremy and Angie Simmons, and Logan and Shannon Price. Kimberly Roberts, accompanied by her mother.
Okay, James. We were monitoring with the screen my cell phone, so we heard it. That's the master. I want that. Yeah, it just cost about $5. Don't know how long it lasts. I've got that back light up, and if we decide it's too still, much of a reaction or whatever, we'll turn it on. Got a list of starters here this week.
Tyler Vanderlaar, accompanied by her parents, Walt and Kristen Vanderlaar.
Wildcats football, KSST, coming to you from Gerald Prim Stadium and the Bill Bradford box at Gerald Prim. The Wildcats get ready to take on the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Tony Flippin. Wildcats have been awesome first 3 games, and this may be the competition. Mount Pleasant comes in here at 0-3. Imagine that in Fairclough may have had a little bit of difficulty getting the Wildcats to take the game as seriously this week as they should. Hang on. Here we go.
They're not old heads then, because I hadn't taken my blood pressure this week because it is Mount Pleasant. It doesn't matter if you're playing tiddlywinks, football, or whatever. If you've been in Sulphur Springs long as I have, you don't like Mount Pleasant. So I don't care if they're 0-3, but they should be our best up to date. Should be, regardless of record.
This series goes back to 1921 when Sulphur Springs won the first game between the teams 14-0. since then, or including that game, Sulphur Springs has won 38 times. Mount Pleasant has won 36.
Really?
There has been one tie.
I was going to tell you to stop at 1-0 because I didn't think we'd have the. I thought we'd be down by about 10 or so because my class didn't help much.
when you look at the year by year list, each team has gone through. And Mount Pleasant several years in a row, and Springs would win several years in a row.
They got state balls junior year, so they were the dominant team during my tenure. But go back the first game I remember when Dial was running back. It was Pleasant, beat them, and it was just like we had won the lottery.
Won last year at Mount Pleasant 24-14, and in fact they played the last 2 years at Mount Pleasant. That's above my pay grade to explain that, but anyway, it worked out that way. But Wildcats lost 2 years ago there, 24-14. Mount Pleasant has lost to Crandall this year, 37-27. I mistyped that, but I believe it's 37-27. They lost to Lindale 28-27 at this game, and they lost to Terrell last week 35-14. The only common opponent you might say would be Lindale, with the Wildcats scrimmaged and dominated them fairly easily in that scrimmage. Wildcats head coach Brandon Faircloth in his 16th season, his 4th season here at Sulphur Springs. His career record 129-60, and he spent, of course, 13 years at Port Neches Groves before coming to Sulphur Springs.
The Mount Pleasant schools are not to the yet.
Apparently, we're about to have the Mount Pleasant school song. We'll continue while that plays. If that plays, we're sensitive to the anthem, of course, and it is the Mount Pleasant school song. Tony knew exactly what he's talking about as usual. So Mount Pleasant 0-3. Wildcats come in 3-0. In the first 3 games, they defeated Mesquite Poteet 48-6. They beat Greenville 42-12, and that was only one half of football. That game was stopped at halftime because of the lightning, and the Wildcats won last week 56-6 on the road at Bullard. And the Wildcats at home next week, and Tony, that is the start of district play against Aubrey.
Yep.
So that's a big game. Aubrey has really been surprisingly bad, I have to say, than that, but they, I don't believe, have won a game. Let me see, I have that here somewhere. They are 0-3, which is very. They were ranked 24th in the state prior to start of the season.
But that's still, like in the Dallas Morning News, Aubrey is, I think, is still listed as like number 5 in 4A in the Metroplex. I mean, they're just not that much, and people stay in their own cocoon and everything, so we don't really need to put as much salt in those non-districts. Exactly
right. How many times do we see a team start 0-4,
correct,
and then they're still playing in December?
Paris, Texas got a state championship over there, and they were like 4-6, and they put a trophy in the box.
Yeah. So. A season at Commerce several years ago, 2017, the Tigers started 0-6. Going 3 rounds deep in the playoff.
And there are coaches, if you've got some confidence, that will load up on non-district strictly for district and the playoffs, because they couldn't care less about rankings, and there are people that care so much about rankings and then hope for the best. So it's you never know. And of
course, the rankings have to do with ultimately who wins the district championship and then goes to the playoffs, and obviously who wins the state championship eventually. Take another break. We'll come and have the anthem and other pregame activities. And Wildcats football continues after the KSST. Yes.
It's time.
Go ahead and bring it back to us. How many are you? No, run one more. Okay. Okay.
See, if I'm a Wildcat out there, I'm upset right now because it's 7 and I hadn't even got the coin toss.
Mm-hmm. Wildcats football on KSC is for the game here with the Pleasant Tigers, as Tony has pointed out, one of spring's bitterest rivals over the year. We're getting a late start here, primarily because of senior night activities with football players, but also the members, leaders also introduced. And we're about to have our prayer,
the athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, officials, and all who made this possible. We ask that you watch over every player on the field, protect them from injury, give them strength, and guide them to compete with fairness and respect. Bless the families, friends, and community members here tonight with safety and unity. May this game remind us of the joy and the spirit of teamwork. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
And shortly we will have our national anthem by the Sulphur Springs High School Band. No man, that Wildcat Band. Sulphur Springs High School Band with our national anthem from Gerald. Our officials for today's ball game is O'Neill. The umpire is Jeff Jenkins. Headline judge is Wu. Line judge is Jason Hastings. Back Brent Moore. Side judge Nick Williams, and the field judge is Jacoby Kobe. Tony, you know any of those guys?
Don't know any of them. I'm so old now. I met kids.
There we have toss here again tonight because of senior activities, but is a senior and a back of course T.J. Bolden out there as a Wisenhunt, the regional 100-meter champion, and wild free safety and starting offensive representing the Wildcats tonight.
Let's see if we go on offense. We have against the so Mount to get it, but we've been asking for the ball and we win, so it'll be interesting.
Wildcats in their royal blue jerseys, royal blue pants, white numbers outlined gold.
Mount
gear.
Pleasant to first, so we'll get the ball. We want
Pleasant colors, white jersey, black pants, black numbers outlined in gold and black. So be receiving at the north of the field, and not much of a breeze, Tony. It's really not much of a factor.
almost a night. It's just a hair heavy on the temperature, but no wind. It ought to be really nice. By the time 30 minutes or so passes, it's going to be perfect.
84 degrees as we kick off tonight at Gerald Prem Stadium. The Wildcats will have the football first. Am I right? They have scored on the first possession in all three games. I believe I'm correct.
And there again, one of those goals they'll have is take the opening kick and score. I'm not worried about our offensive side here tonight. Somebody's going to surprise me pretty soon and shut me up. I'm looking for the Wildcat defense versus Mount Pleasant offense, because I think this should be the best offense we've seen, and our defense really hadn't had a test yet.
Wildcats have scored a touchdown on every one of their opening possessions so far this season. Jack Mayer is back after missing last week with concussion. He's standing at the 15-yard line.
I think that stops, and they're going to get it.
About that, Matt surprises the Wildcat with an onside kick.
They kicked it, and it didn't bounce. It kind of went to Matthew Jeter's leg. He made a valiant effort, but a good onside kick is hard to do. So that, in essence, means Mount Pleasant is the first offensive series of the half now. So here comes that offense versus defense I was looking for. Let's see what we got.
Pleasant starts out at the Sulphur Spring 8 line. Carter Cook is their quarterback, their top running back, Tony Grant. Tony, I'm guessing, is not much more than 5 feet tall.
He's not very vertical.
They fake to him, throw it over the middle, and it is complete. It's that big top and Emmanuel Lewis who makes the and all the way to the 18-yard line.
He's low.
He is 6'3", 210.
Every bit of that. He carried us for about 12 yards after he kicked the ball, so he made his opening statement.
26 yards on the first play for Mount Pleasant, and the Tigers knocking on the door. First down at the Sulphur Springs 18-yard line. Cook, Grant and they're up the middle against Wildcat. 3-man.
Trey Pinnell got out of there pretty quick after the tackle, but that almost looked could have been some movement. It didn't look like a clean snap, but I guess it might have been us moving. But as it is, a loss of half a yard to a yard. Second 11, good stop.
And a scrimmage at the 19-yard line. Mount Pleasant from right to left toward the north end zone at Stadium. Snap, Cook, ball on the left hash, and the pass to the sideline apparently was caught at the 16-yard line. Reception there by Deuce Thompson. They have a Deuce, who is a senior. By the way, he is a commit to UTL.
Really? Okay, he looks like a good athlete.
And gets out at the 16-yard line.
3rd and 8. That was just up and out. I would feel like they're in 4-down territory. No by this play call. They
have a really strong place kicker. Carter Cook, the senior quarterback, in the shot. Ball in the near as they move right. Bring the sideline, gets rid of it.
We should have had a hold. We got a touchdown.
See who was pursuing Cook there on the other side. I think Alex King was one of them.
I think so. I was looking at some of the play behind. There was some holding on, but that is 4th and 8. Looks like we still got the offense out there. It's a good chance for the Wildcats to put their statement out there.
Albert, I see is the kicker.
Well, I don't know what they're doing because he's saying it's going to the left half, so they know what they were talking about.
He had a 40 field goal, 25-yard field goal against Lindale weeks ago.
This one's going to be 33.
Angle is to the right. He is a big guy.
He's tall.
For a place kicker. He's well over 6 feet and 200 pounds. Movement at the line. Here's the snap. Kick is on the way.
Good.
And the kick is good. And the Wildcats trail for the first time this season. 3 come out.
That made a little wake-up.
33-yard field goal by Avila. And with 10:29 to go in the first quarter, it's Mount Pleasant 3, Sulphur Springs nothing. This is Wildcat football on KSST.
Faircloth was talking to the referee about the way they went in their stance real quick on that deal, and that was one of my pet peeves.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
33-yard field goal by Alberto Avila from Mount Pleasant. Tony, I saw he was kicking them easily from 50 yards in the game.
He's got a good arc on that leg, and that one from 33 went over the mini fence here, so it could be there. I know Coach Faircloth was talking to the referee about the way their offense went down real quick, and our guys jumped. So we'll have to see if that's I know that's going to be a trend this game. If we happen to jump off sides, I'll be fighting for them, because that's the quick step is for nothing but dropping off.
36 yards, 5 plays after recovering that onside kick. The ballgame was the J. Hodge Chevrolet opening kickoff, and here's the next J. Hodge Chevrolet
8
kickoff.
Deep.
And Avila puts that one, well to the end zone there.
He's we know they've got a weapon if they need it.
3-0 Mount Pleasant. Wildcat starters on offense will give you a defense next time Mount Pleasant has the ball. The quarterback Deuce Timmons, running back Jackson Harris this week after missing last week. Then Quinn Harris. Wide receivers are Jackson D. Carpenter and Jamorian Jeffrey. And offensive line Vincent Johnson, Aiden McCarroll, Josh McIntyre, Josh Lopez, and Dadrian Day Berry. Line from the 25-yard line on the touchback. And heading off to Jackson Hare. And Hare caught in the backfield and dropped for a big loss back to the 22-yard line.
I think that's kind of like the first play on the Dallas Cowboy game. We're going to go off right tackle.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it, so maybe our giveaway for right there. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
By the way, the Wild behind things here. Need to get to the 5-yard line first down. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side as they move left right on the artificial turf. Harold Prim Stadium. Jeff Stevenson snapping to Deuce Timmons. Timmons, the junior quarterback, between the tackles straight ahead, is the 25 the 27-yard line for a gain of 5.
Got about 5. Going to be 3rd and 8. Important down here. Our Sulphur Springs got kind of slapped in the head from that opening onside kick and lost 3 points. They don't need to go 3 and 8 here. Let's see what we roll with.
3rd and 8. Jackson Hare, a step to the left of Deuce Timmons in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side.
We've got a good one-on-one deep here, but they roll left.
Snap to Timmons, half roll to the left. Feeling the pressure coming back with that great athleticism. He's at the gate down the near side, crosses the 50, and all the way inside Mount Pleasant territory, close to the yard line. They had him there for a moment.
Yeah, but they don't know our dues. So that's 20. They started at the 27-yard line, so that's 13 and 20. 37 yards, 36 yards, I think. Whatever it is, it was a Newton Hardware first down.
It's a 41-yard game.
I never was good with those numbers.
Well, I've got a cheater deal there. So 1st and 10 at the 31, and they keep it on the ground here.
Yeah, I think that was Jackson again. Yep.
That's a short gain for the Wildcats to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, but that looked like there's 4 yards, and I thought they had him at the line of scrimmage. So Jackson's showing some power right there.
He goes 6'1", 180 now. So
And that's a strong 180. He stays in that weight room, and it's obvious.
2nd and 6. Wildcats down 3-0. Now a flag goes down before the snap.
Offside must have had contact because they stopped the play, so that's going to make it 2nd and 1.
Move the ball to the 23-yard line. Offside against the Tigers. So 2nd and short for the Wildcats.
So
8:19 to go first quarter.
Yeah, you can take a trick right here and throw deep. You can do anything you want to, the entire book. So
Quinn Harris, the tight end, strong right. 3 wideouts to the far side. Hare, a step to the left of Timmons, fakes to Hare, and Timmons is slung down for a loss in the backfield. They did not go for the fake to Jackson Hare there, Tony.
they read the wrong page in that book. So now it's going to be 3rd about 8.
That's
unusual.
They put the ball down to 29, so that's a loss of 6 yards.
Yep, that's very unusual. Just well played by the Wildcat or Mount Pleasant defense.
They have a top defender in the defensive tackle, Aiden Johnson. He is had 55 tackles last year, 15 tackles for loss. Here's 3rd and 9 play. Fake to Hare. Timmons tucks it off tackle and gets about the 25-yard line where it will be down for Sulphur.
4th and 3. So let's see. I'm sure we'll go for this. We got some big boys coming in. Trey Holmes and Keegan Edwards coming in, fixing to put some on the line. I would imagine we're going to have a Timmons run right here.
4th and 3 from the 25-yard line. Now they have a pistol back formation here. First time we've seen that. I guess that is Jack. Here it is behind Deuce Timmons. Now they shift out of that. And now to a more conventional formation with 2 blocking backs behind the right guard and right tackle. Timmons takes the snap straight ahead. Using his blockers, he easily has the first down to the 18-yard line of Mount Pleasant on that 4th down and 3.
I'm going to say we had just over a ton of blockers in front of him, and they just went south, and Holmes and them shifted to the right. You knew where they were going, but it's like that tush push, they couldn't stop it. So first, Hooten Hardware first down at the 17-yard line.
They brought Truth Holmes in as a blocker.
They did. Him and Keegan Edwards. We brought some extra beef in.
3-0 Mount Pleasant. First down for Sulphur Springs. Give it to Jackson Hare. Not much there as he goes between the tackles. Only a short game, maybe to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, I'll say right now, our all-star offensive line and the defensive line are kind of at a standstill right now. So let's see who gets mad first and starts moving one out.
Ball just across the 15-yard line of Mount Pleasant. This is 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats, trailing 3-0. Under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Definitely the toughest start of the season so far for Sulphur Springs. H left behind the left tackle. Timmons in the shotgun. Hare to his right. Fake to Hare. Hit hard at the line. And I don't know if he got back to the line.
Nope, he pulled it back one. We've yet to throw the football yet.
It's going to be 3rd down.
So we're fixing to do now, I would think. We're either going to have a Deuce Timmons draw or a pass now, but we've gone this whole way with strictly on the ground.
I'm going to call this 3rd and 8 now. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter and the clock rolling. Big play here from the Mount Pleasant 15-yard line. H back behind the right tackle. Wide receiver to either side. Timmons back to throw. And passing to the far side. And incomplete. I'm not sure exactly who he was throwing to there, Tony. But throwing to the far side.
I think it was 80.
So that it would be Jackson Virgil.
Yeah, I think it was to Virgil. He kind of let him too much just on an out pattern. So now we're going to try a 32-yard field goal to match their 33.
This is Eric Rodriguez. This will be his first field goal attempt of the season. He was 4 of 5 on his field goals last season. He's perfect 20 for 20 on his extra points so far this season. Angle is slightly to the right. Snap, hold, kick, up. Did they say wide left?
Kick is no good.
I guess they did.
Wide left.
That's a weird signal. I didn't see him going. So first set is going to Mount Pleasant.
So Eric Rodriguez misses on a 32-yard field goal.
I'm not sure if anybody touched that or not. They had somebody in there on him real quick that actually bumped up against him after he had kicked it.
Wildcats move the ball from their 25 to the Mount Pleasant 15 in 12 plays. So that is a 57-yard drive, but it comes to naught as the field goal goes wide, and Mount Pleasant holds on to that 3-0 lead. They had a 33-yard field goal by their place kicker, Alberto Avila, after they recovered an onside kick to start the game. Snap to Carter Cook, the quarterback, setting up a bubble screen over on the far side. It is complete, and the receiver close to a first down over there.
This pass is complete to Jaden Lowen.
Got about 8.5 on that one.
Jaden Lowen, wide receiver, made the catch. He picks up 8 yards to the 28-yard line.
And just like we've only thrown one pass, they've passed most of the time. So, little contrast here to start the game.
Second down and 2. Carter Cook, the senior quarterback, gives it to Tony Grant. Grant going off right tackle and cut down near the line of scrimmage. I don't think he has the first down. No, he does not. So he's going to be about a yard short.
Okay, DJ Bolden on the tackle there, and I think 24 was in there too, Alex McCormick.
You heard our public address announcer, Jeff Harris, give the credit to TJ Bolden for the Wildcat tackle. Here's 3rd and 1 from the 29-yard line.
Big play
from Mount Pleasant. Snap to Cook. Hand off. And that's going nowhere. That's Tony Grant again, and the Wildcats swarm him at the line of scrimmage, maybe drop him for a short loss.
Lost about a half yard. Good yard. Now it's 4th and 3, and we're going to force the punts. Great job by the Wildcat defense.
Wildcats forcing 3 and out here for Mount Pleasant.
Gio Ibarra is a single safety back here for the punt. I don't like that. I like it when we put 2 back there, but we got a plan. I
talked to Brandon Faircloth about that this week, and they had last week they had some concern about a fake possibility. Okay. They wanted more people close to the line of scrimmage. I think so. Good punt.
That hit at the 40-yard line and got 7-yard bounce, and we're fortunate there.
They kick it away from Ibarra.
Yep.
And the punter there, nice job by Gerardo Chavez.
2:25 left in the first. We're going to start at our own 33, so let's see if we can put it together. And I look for this series to open it up a little bit.
That's a 41-yard punt by Chavez.
We got going up to the top with Virgil and Jamorian Jeffrey, and I think maybe Deacon Carpenter.
Yeah, Deacon's a starter.
Yep. That's 3 awful good ones right there. We're blank to the right, so we're either going to throw that way or we're going to run against the grain here with blindside.
3-0 Mount Pleasant. First down Wildcats at the 33. Bubble screen over to the far side of the field, and it's a short gain for Sulphur Springs. And the catch is by Brody Dodd for the Wildcats.
That was number 5, Brody Dodd, you said, yep.
He gets up to the 35, so not even that, 4.
He stuck it right where it is, 2nd and 10. But we got a 5-yard penalty for something, must have been offside. We got a break there, it's going to be 1st and 5.
Did not see the flag, didn't see an indication from the referee Stephen O'Neill, but it is 1st and 5 for Sulphur Springs. How about that?
Had to be an offsides.
up to the 38-yard line. Ball's on the far half mark. Wildcats move from left to right. Snap to Deuce Simmons. Throw into the near side, complete. And Mount Pleasant territory goes. A flag at the end of the play.
Classic horse foul there.
Catches Jamorian Jeffrey, does a nice job of running after the catch, and then a flag goes down on the tackle.
I can't remember if it's at least 10, if not 15. But he did it right in front of him. I think it's 15. There it goes. So that turns it into a big one. That's going to take it down to the 34-yard line. Hooten Hardware first down.
Wildcats first down at the Mount Pleasant 34 after the personal foul penalty, the horse collar tackle.
148 and running for this first quarter. It's been a fairly quick first quarter.
Man in motion, left to right. Give it to Jackson Hare, going to his right, cuts it back, big hole. Hare on the loose, inside the 10, he's going to score.
There we go.
Wow, what run by Jackson Hare.
We've been missing that last week. Hooten Hardware first down.
And a 34-yard TD run by Jackson Hare to put the Wildcats up for the first time tonight, 6-3. Give credit to that offensive line, Vincent Johnson, Aiden McCarroll, Jeff Stevenson, Josh Lopez, and Day Berry.
They did. They opened it up, and then they had him about at 10, and he just used that upper body strength and kept churning those legs.
Matthew Jeter, the snapper. Mason Cooper, the holder. Eric Rodriguez with the extra point. And the kick is good. He is 21 for 21. 7-3. Wildcats, a minute 30 left to go. First quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
That's more like it.
Thank you.
We would like to thank our platinum sponsors and Champion Booster Club sponsors. Our platinum sponsors are 5 Deputy Construction, A&S Air
77 yards.
Farm Insurance, Burris Laundromat, City National Bank, Fieldhouse Sports.
77-yard drive in 4 plays for Sulphur Springs. 34-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. And that is his 4th touchdown. Actually, that is his first touchdown rushing. Give me a third try. His 2nd touchdown rushing for Sulphur Springs this season. Last season, he had 13 touchdowns rushing and a total of 18 TDs overall.
He wasn't going to be denied on that one. He showed lots of strength.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, for that 34-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. And now the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Eric Rodriguez. And this one coming down at the 24-yard line. And there will be a return across the 30 up to the 33-yard line.
So they didn't fair catch it. They're taking a chance.
That was Tony Grant, their outstanding running back on that return.
You've talked about him a bunch of plays in the first quarter.
He had a nice game against the Wildcats last year in Titus County. Grant last season, 1,025 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. And 16 catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns.
All right. So let's see what this third possession looks like. The Cats bent and gave up a field goal and then held them to 3 and out. We need another 3 and out punt here.
Mount Pleasant starting from their 32-yard line. Wildcats leading 7-3. Man in motion, that is Jeremiah Johnson. And they give it to him, and he goes wide on a jet sweep. And he picks up about 4 yards or so, going across the field up to the 37-yard line.
That was one of those jet sweeps where he started out in the slot to the left and came around and right at the snap. And he was real close to breaking that. So good job by the corners out there for the Wildcats. Used that sideline as the 12th man.
2nd down and 5 for Mount Pleasant. 3 wideouts near side. Here's the snap to Carter Cook, the quarterback. He's going to the short side of the field on a design quarterback run, working behind his blockers. He is up to about the 41-yard line.
I think I'd rather see him run the ball than anybody else on the team right now. He's still got some positive yards. Well, they haven't moved the chain yet.
The down mark.
A down marker must have stepped out.
Please stop the clock.
It was referee Stephen O'Neill.
Reset the game clock. 1 minute, 5 seconds.
We got a 10-yard holding call.
On the offense.
There we
I
go.
see. Okay. That was it.
I never yelled out, "Please stop the clock."
That run down to at least 42 seconds.
Yeah, the clock is a very important part, and it's hard to keep your focus the whole 48 minutes.
So with the holding penalty, that drops them back to the 28-yard line. They would have had a 3rd and short coming up.
Yep, that's 2 big penalties that have helped us. One on offense, one on defense.
Now they're way behind the chain. That's what, that 2nd and 16.
16.
Cook throwing to the far side, and it is caught over on that side of the field.
Got 5 of it back. That's still going to be 3rd and 11. Gio Ibarra, I think, he gave ground, and when he saw him break, he went with him, made a great one-on-one tackle.
Keith Standifer makes the catch there for Mount Pleasant up at the 33-yard line.
Reset the game clock to 52 seconds. 5-2.
Still don't have the clock right here.
There we go.
Now it was again showing 42, and our referee Stephen O'Neill says it should be at 52. Now they reset it. Now this is 3rd and 11 for Mount Pleasant, the 33-yard line. Cook rolling out to the left, throwing across his body, completes the pass at about the 38-yard line.
4th and 5.
Not nearly close enough for the first down.
When I saw him rolling this way, I'm like, that's just fine, because there's no way they're going to get 11 yards there unless somebody slips or breaks. So good 3-and-out stop again. Gio Ibarra is going back again to receive the punt. Let's see if we can get it where we can maybe get a run back this time.
I saw Grayson Hardy around the ball. I'm not sure if he was the first to make contact or not.
I guarantee you he was in on it.
Grayson Hardy leading the team with 15 tackles. Actually, that is Zay Godbolt who's leading the team. Now we have the punt here, and that's a fair catch.
Yeah,
by Gio Ibarra.
He had room. They must have told him to just fair catch it because he had room to run.
Well, they like the fair catch because obviously prevents the ball from rolling back to the 5-yard line or what have you there.
Catch is the key.
7-3, the Wildcats lead at the end of the first quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
We will remind everyone to please visit our pro shop and our concession stands.
Okay. Levels okay? Okay.
We don't have a Mount Pleasant-esque crowd here yet.
Really? That looked like a pretty good group over there.
There's lots of seats. No, I'm talking about us.
Oh, yeah.
Our side, we got lots of seats. There's lots here.
Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northwest Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley Assisted Living, and Hodge Chevrolet.
I'm calling first down bomb.
7-3, the Wildcats lead. And a snap to Deuce Timmons, and he's got all kinds of trouble there in the backfield, but he spins and gets away from a couple of tacklers, gets across the line of scrimmage, and is up to about the 30-yard line. 29.
Second down, gain of 3, and that was all Deuce. He was stopped for a loss, and he did a little pirouette, and it's like, where'd he go?
They put a lot of pressure on him.
They have.
So far tonight.
But that's where we'll be perfect for some post patterns, some little skinny posts, and quick hitters.
2nd and 7. Ball's on the near hash. Wildcats now moving from right to left. Timmons looks to his left, now throws back to the right and finds his man, the slot receiver there, who is out of bounds over on the far side.
That was Dobson Martin out of the backfield, and he got it, and he just does the Dobson Martin thing of I'm going to go as fast as I can, as far as I can. Hardware first down at the 43.
Yep.
Good play.
17 yards on the gain to Dobson Martin. First down Wildcats, 42-yard line. Springs leading 7-3. In the second quarter at Gerald Prim Stadium. Bruce Timmons faking a handoff, rolling out to his left and finds Jackson Virgil. Break it in from left to right, makes the catch, and he is to Mount Pleasant 41-yard line.
He showed a little bit of mobility there coming back for the ball and then turned up. He kind of did a little button hook and then still had some moves to turn it. So good job by Jackson.
16 yards on the gain to Jackson Virgil.
Got a Mount Pleasant Tiger lost his hat. Kind of wobbly, so they've called an official's timeout, I think. I don't believe. No, they called, Mount Pleasant called a timeout. They've got one off of the board.
7-3 Wildcats. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
Our platinum sponsors are 5 Method Construction, A&S Air Conditioning,
One spot.
State Farm Insurance, Yours Laundromat, City National Bank, Fieldhouse Sports, GSC Enterprises, Hodges Orthodontics, Rail 9 Meats, 19 Meats, Roper and White Attorneys, College Report Lincoln, and our champion sponsors are Bell Concrete, Birmingham Dodge.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sulphur Springs Wildcats football from the Bill Bradford press box at Gerald Prim Stadium. And Tony remarking that we don't have as large a crowd tonight as we would normally expect for a rivalry game like this with Mount Pleasant.
We got a lot of folks, but there's some seats here, so
still time to come on out and enjoy a lot of football.
Resuming play is first down.
Mount Pleasant brought a pretty good crowd for an 0-3 team.
Yes, they did. Wildcats lead at 7-3. They have a 34-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare. Mount Pleasant has a 33-yard field goal by Alberto Avila. And on first down from the 41-yard line, they go up the middle.
That's Dobson again, got 5 yards, good hard nose. I may have missed a Hooten Hardware first down at that timeout because we did get the first down on Virgil.
Martin to the 36-yard line. Ball on the near hash. Give it to Martin again at left guard. And he gets across the line of scrimmage quickly and then meets with resistance.
Aiden Johnson, 99 against 9, and he makes about 2.5 of Dobson, but he didn't get him to the ground. Dobson's running hard. 3rd and 1.
That's their big defensive tackle.
Big man in the middle. He kind of had Dobson under the armpit, but he couldn't get him down.
So this is 3rd and 1 from the 32-yard line.
4 down territory, no doubt, right here. But
they've got Truth Holmes in there again as a blocking back or H-back. And they give it to, or they take the snap here with the Wildcats, Deuce Timmons at quarterback, and Timmons going behind Big Truth Holmes. And also in there as a blocking back or H-back was Preston Nottingham.
So we're going to see, we're going to have a personal foul. It's just whether or not it's against Mount Pleasant 5.
For Sulphur Springs. After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense, personal foul,
okay, it's going to offset.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense. Those penalties will offset the play.
So offsetting personal foul penalty at the end of the play, and the first down run by Deuce Timmons will count as he got to the 22-yard line.
And the head coach is out at midfield. He doesn't like that, and I couldn't see who initiated it, but we got the luck out there of the offsetting penalties because it let the play go. So Hooten Hardware first down at the 20-yard line.
Timmons using his blockers expertly on that play.
Yep.
Wildcats went with the heavy lineup there. Here's first down from the 22-yard line. Snap to Timmons. Running to his left, pitches back for Dodson Martin. Martin makes the corner and to the secondary and is bumped out of bounds at the 14-yard line for a gain of 8 yards.
Great play. Right now, to me, Dobson Martin is the surprise of the football season as far as the personnel. I had no idea about his running ability, and he's a pleasure. He is absolutely, all of them are, but he's really fun.
He apparently had a pretty good year on the JV last year.
Must have. I didn't see a lot of it, but he's sure making his mark. He's got a good step on newcomer of the year for district right now if he can hold on and do this.
And we knew him well, Wildcat outfielder during baseball season. Here's the snap to Timmons on this 2nd and 2, and Timmons, wow, look at him lower his shoulder there at the 5-yard line.
He did.
Mercy.
Now he's telling him about it too. He was clogged up and then broke it outside. Went to the 5-yard line, Hooten Hardware first and goal.
Timmons faking the handoff, and then that looked like an old single wing tailback play with Timmons following his blockers there on a sweep to the left. And as neared the end, he lowered that shoulder and blasted a guy, and now it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats at the 5-yard line. Jaden
Lowen, that cornerback, got him and kind of slammed him down, but he forgot that he backed up 3 or 4 yards before he came to him.
In the shotgun, they give it to Dodson Martin and trying to go at right tackle. He meets with stiff resistance there and maybe gets back only to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was on the left and they kind of crossed over to the right, and that gave the defensive line too much time to catch up. We need to be going straight right now, and this is a good time for a slant or a corner. Oh, here comes the meat.
Here comes the
going to the right tackle, boys. Stop us.
Truth Holmes coming in the game here, normally the nose tackle. Also Keegan Edwards and one other. And they line up as blocking backs or H-backs now. Big Truth Holmes goes in motion. They snap it to Deuce Timmons, and Timmons going right behind Truth Holmes there at right tackle.
Going to the 2-yard, 2 over there, and he's on the 1 here.
Yeah.
Let's go with 2. Let's go with the 1.
Looks like the 1 to me. That was 2nd down play, so this will be 3rd. Is that right?
Yep. One of our number 70 has to come off. He lost his helmet, Aiden McCarroll, so that could cause something. So we're going to be 1. Now we're going to take a timeout. I think you can buy them back with a timeout. That was a smart move by a coach.
But the down marker over on the far side looks like it's at the 3.
Now it's offset. It may be about the 1.5.
Wildcats took a timeout here. 7-3. The Wildcats lead with 8:43 left to go in the half. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. Just the one.
Due to the timeout being called, both Sulphur Springs players that lost their helmet, they returned to the game.
That's why they took time out. We had 2.
4, 3, 2, 1.
3rd down play up, and it looks like, Tony, they have spotted it at the 2.
Yep, it's right around there. So still 3rd down, but 4 down territory. We're probably going to put the meat back in. Yeah, Truth is back in again. The thing we don't need to do is anything that's crossing over. We need to go straight dive.
Now I see they have Vincent Johnson at right tackle rather than left tackle right now. I'm not sure.
He has done that some. I've noticed that a little bit here and there.
And you got the 2 big guys, Truth Holmes and who else?
27.
Here's the snap to Deuce Timmons. Timmons at the goal line, clapping ahead.
He's
and still haven't seen a signal. Yes, there it is. Yeah. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, he's at the back.
Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, for that 2-yard touchdown run by Deuce Timmons.
Hooten Hardware first down, too. That's kind of like the Sulphur Springs version of the tush push.
Yeah.
You put that big line and you put the 2 men behind them. They know where you're coming, but till you stop us, you're not stopping us.
6th rushing touchdown of the season for the junior quarterback Deuce Timmons. And the Wildcats take a 13-3 lead. Extra point here by Eric Rodriguez. Kick is up and good. 14-3 Sulphur Springs. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Good.
I don't know what Faircloth's on, but he's on the White Hat pretty good about something. He was pretty demonstrative.
75-yard drive in 11 plays for Sulphur Springs. They had a I can't read my here. Had a 17-yard pass to Dodson Martin early in the drive, and then a 16-yard pass to Dodson Virgil on the drive.
And I think we had that one without the benefit of penalties, didn't we? Because we had our
offsetting penalty.
That didn't count. I think that's a good, fairly what you'd call a clean drive.
Well,
so good job for the Wildcats.
There have been very, very few penalties against the team all year anyway. Yep. And by the way, Dodson Martin played that entire drive with Jackson Hare resting on the bench. So Wildcats did that without Jackson Hare's participation. Eric Rodriguez with the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and he backs off only a couple of yards and pops it short to the far side, making it about the 23-yard line, and a nice return out to 33 for Mount Pleasant.
Is about where we're going to start. So during that intermission, Coach Faircloth was really getting after with the White Hats. I don't know if some kind of extracurricular or what going on, so we'll watch now. And this is where you see whether or not you got their attention, and sometimes the flag comes out in your favor.
Wildcat starters on defense, by the way. The nose tackle is Trent Holmes, who has committed to University of North Texas. Defensive ends are Trey Bell and Blaine Allen, who has been huge for the Wildcats early on. Linebackers are Grayson Hardy, a Louisiana Tech commit, Zay Godbolt, Alex King, and T.J. Bolden. Cornerbacks Gio Ibarra, James Johnson. Strong safety C.T. Galloway, and free safety Creed Wisenhunt. 14-3. Sulphur Springs on top. Carter Cook in trouble, trying to get away, does get away. And throw it to the sideline, near side. Was it caught?
Looked like it was. No, they're incompleting.
They're going to Deuce Thompson there, who's their UT El Paso commit. And apparently the throw was across the sideline.
Yeah, it took a long time. Quarterback was running for his life. We had about 3 of them on him, and of course, I think if we got him, we were going to have a horse collar, so they let go. But he was putting them down as fast as he can run.
He did a spectacular job of getting away from the rush there.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 wideouts left. H back to the right. Running back is Tony Grant. Give it to Grant, going left, cutting back. Nice gain. Across the 35, and still on his feet. And finally, takes 3 or 4 Wildcats to bring that little guy down.
Yep, gonna get about 5 or 6 there. He showed some strength there. Third and 4. So let's see if one more time we can step up here and get a 3 out. The defense is really risen to the occasion after that opening drive. They gave up the field goal. 7:45 left in the second quarter, clock running.
I believe Justin Strickland was one of the Wildcats on the tackle there. This is 3rd and 4 from the 38 line in Mount Pleasant territory. Carter Cook, the Tiger quarterback, in the shotgun, shuffling to his left and throwing downfield. And I believe he does have his man there in Sulphur Springs territory.
Emmanuel Harris.
That's that big guy had to catch on the first drive. 6'3", 210 pounds. Emmanuel Harris, listed as a tight end.
I was liking it with him rolling out left because that's against his throwing arm, but he squared up and was able to deliver a good ball, and Harris reeled it in and had first down in territory.
15 yards on the gain to Lewis. First down at the Wildcats' 47-yard line. Tigers looking that odd man front for Sulphur Springs. 3 men down. Give it to Tony Grant, and he's going nowhere. Looks like Alex King may have got there first. No, that's Alex McCormick.
24, Alex McCormick.
Yeah.
And number 44.
Number 70 doesn't know what day it is right now, and he's coming out. So great job by the front 5 up there, or 6. They really got on and stiffened up.
With the odd man front, technically you have a 3-man line, but of course you may have linebackers coming up on the outside that, in essence, give you 5 on the line of scrimmage.
You got 7 for an umbrella, and when done right, it looks really good.
All of those guys are extremely athletic with great speed.
Got some kind of time. Delay a game on Mount Pleasant. 5 yards back, so 2nd and 15. We'll take it.
So put them back in their territory at the 48-yard line.
So for the first half, I'm pleased with what the defense is doing against. Again, this is the best offense we've faced. This is the best personnel we've faced, size-wise and so forth. So right now, the report card looks pretty good, but we got another half to go.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Trey Pennell in the ball game for Truth Holmes at the nose guard.
Yep. Not any drop-off right there between the two. One's a little stronger, one's a little faster.
Line of scrimmage, I said 2nd and 10 and was looking at the scoreboard. It's more like 2nd and 15.
15.
Yeah, after that penalty.
Yep.
Mount Pleasant, 2 wideouts to the far side. They have each back outside the left tackle.
Give and go.
Throwing deep for Thompson down the near side, and they got him. Deuce Thompson over the shoulder, catching a beautifully thrown ball there by Carter, quarterback, and that will give them a first. Sulphur Springs 15.
One where you clap your hands and say good play, Mount Pleasant. That was under extreme duress. He barely got the ball off and took a shot, and that was one of those like a Willie Mays looking back catch, and so that's just quality play.
37 yards on the game to Deuce Thompson, and a beautiful throw and catch. Cook in the shotgun, trying to throw a slant in from left to right, incomplete.
Yep, he went in and the quarterback threw it out. So miscommunication there. We'll take that.
2nd and 10 at the Wildcat 14-yard line.
That was number 2 that just made the good catch. Same one, Deuce Thompson.
Deuce Thompson?
Yep. So let's see if we can hold the water right here and hold them to a field goal at the best.
Tigers moving from left to right at the Sulphur Springs 14-yard line, 2nd and 10. Carter Cook back to throw, passing, complete. Over the middle, but the ball comes out, and apparently the Wildcats will get it back. They do.
I don't know if it was an interception or what. The ball popped up. I couldn't see who came up with it.
I think that was Emmanuel Lewis again, that big tight end who caught it, and I think he caught it and fumbled.
He popped it. Somebody hit him, and he popped it up. I saw the ball come up over the crowd. I just couldn't tell whether or not he held it long enough for it to be a fumble or if it was actually intercepted. Regardless, Sulphur Springs football on the 8-yard line going out, and that defense once again comes up with what they needed to do to hold the line.
Couldn't tell who came up with the ball for the Wildcats in that big mass of blue jerseys down there.
We'd go give him a big hug, whoever it was. But now let's see this again. I keep waiting for the Cats to throw a bomb. I don't know if they'll do it right here this quick. We're close to their end zone, but
14-3, Sulphur Springs leads. Wildcats trailed early in this game 3-0. First down for the 8. This is Jackson Hare again. They give it to Hare, going to the short side of the field, and makes a head fake and ducks out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Going to be about 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Maybe 4. Let's see what the box puts up. We're at an angle. A good first down play, though. gets us out of that shadow of our goal line.
I'm going to say 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Now moving right to left from the 14-yard line. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. They're both close in to the offensive line, though. And now here's a short pass to the flat on the near side, caught, but for a very short gain.
That was dangerous.
That's Jackson Virgil that makes the catch there.
Deuce Thompson plays cornerback as well, and he almost broke and would have had a pick 6 there. So now we got 3rd and 3. We see if we put our meat in or not.
A gain of 2 yards. Thompson last season had 45 tackles and 2 interceptions. You're right, he plays both ways.
Yep. So 3rd and 2, this is a big play. We want to get at least one more first down, try to run this half out.
Snap to Deuce Timmons, and Timmons going to his right, cutting it back.
He got it.
He will have the first down, a Hooten Hardware first down.
Hardware first down, there you go. Appreciate it.
The 19-yard line.
That's big. There's 4:38 and the clock's going to run. We should be able to
I'll tell you,
take this down.
He is just about a sure thing on any 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and 3.
It's very rare for somebody to get him and for somebody to get him by himself. He's just so, I guess because he's so thin, but he is extremely strong for as thin as he is.
And he uses his blocker so well.
Yeah, he and Hare, it's a pleasure to watch him. Dobson just tries to run over you.
14-3, first down, Wildcats. With a quick pass over to the far side, it is complete, and that is Brody Dodd, I believe.
Going to come back, though. We got a flag real quick. I got a feeling we're going to have a hold or something. Umpire threw it, and that's usually not against the defense.
The local play is a first down for Sulphur Springs. During the play, personal foul, hand to the face.
Okay.
99 in defense.
Oh, personal foul against Mount Pleasant, so the Wildcats pick up the first down.
Yep. So that
Out to about the 29-yard line.
That may very well have been what Coach Faircloth was animated about with the umpire too, was that the players will come off and say he's grabbing my helmet or whatever. So don't know if it's related. We got a Hooten Hardware first down by a penalty, so now we're at almost midfield. Must have got to the 30 and the 15-yard field, 15-yard personal foul penalty. Wow, there's a blast at the line of scrimmage there before the snap. Anyway, the 15-yard penalty gives them the first down at the 45-yard line. Mount Pleasant Tiger charging across the line before the snap. I think you're seeing a little bit of lack of discipline from Mount Pleasant right now.
Neutral zone infraction, number 1 of the defense.
That's one of those, well, I'm just going to get my shot in.
First down.
So 1st and 5 now. 3:44 left. We got 2 timeouts left, so a lot of time to complete a drive.
Moves the ball to the 50 now. Wildcats started this drive at their own 8 after the recovered fumble on a completed pass by Mount Pleasant. Now 1st and 5 at the 50. Wildcats moving right to left. Deuce Timmons in the shotgun. Play action pass, but you hear the whistles.
That one's more than likely coming our way. Back it up. Yep, false start.
I do not remember a false start this year. There may have been one, but that's the first one that I can recall.
I'm not so sure. We got a receiver doing push-ups out there. I think he's self-penalizing himself. So that I like seeing that.
So this now will be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Game has been very dictated over the past couple of minutes here.
That was Jamorian Jeffrey did 5 push-ups right quick, so I bet you he's one that jumped. That's pretty cool.
14-3, Sulphur Springs ahead. 30-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare, 2-yard run by Deuce Timmons. And they have a little flare pass here in the flat to the near side, but that's to Jackson Hare, and either that will be a very short gain or maybe a loss.
About a 3-yard loss.
They lose.
Ken Morgan came in and fought off with the block.
They lose.
So far, we've still not thrown the ball downfield very much. Yep. Even our gains have been swing passes. I'm ready for a 20-yard cross. And I think we'll see something like that before got Virgil in the slot there. We might be seeing one of those here.
Wildcats behind the chains on 2nd and 13. Fake the handoff to Jackson Hare. Now they're going to pass back to Hare.
Oh, yeah.
He makes the catch, and he's on the loose at the 30. Makes a move down to the 25-yard line. Jackson Hare.
Oh, I thought that back had it timed to make the interception, and Jackson went up and high-pointed it and just left him with his underwear on the floor. But he did come back and make the tackle. But what a good play for Jackson. That's just classic Jackson Hare.
30 yards on the pass to Jackson Hare. They faked the handoff to him, then he continued to run a little circle route to the near side, and
perfectly thrown ball.
Timmons, a beautifully thrown ball.
2-minute warning. I got used to it this time.
14-3, the Wildcats lead.
Hooten Hardware first down.
And this is Wildcats football on KSST.
This time we'd like you to direct your attention, please, down to the 15, 20-yard line. You'll see a group of men in the black shirts walking out. We want to honor, this is our 2025 boys golf team. They were district champions, regional runners-up, and finished 8th at state last year. This group of young men has won
Wildcats football to you on KSST from the Bill Bradford press box here today.
3 years.
Wildcats lead at 14-3 and on the march here after that 30-yard pass just a moment ago from Deuce Timmons to Jackson Hare. Wildcat district champion golf team being introduced on the field right now, to a big hand from the Wildcat fans.
They've made 3 straight trips to the state tournament, and the bulk of the team is seniors this year, so they've got a real shot at it. Some quality kids, some quality families represented right there.
Bet. Wildcat football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet. Pregame presented by Super Handy, halftime by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. And also the University Interscholastic League is an official sponsor of Wildcat football. 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 25-yard line.
Twin receivers on each side, Dobson in the backfield, Dobson Martin.
7th play of the drive. It started at the 8-yard line. Play action pass, and Timmons to the end zone has his man. There's your long downfield pass, and that's to Jackson Hare.
I thought it was well covered, but Deuce threw the ball perfectly, and Jackson's got such laser focus on him that he didn't let the hands get him. So Hooten Hardware first down and a scoring play for the Wildcats.
25-yard touchdown pass from Deuce Timmons to Jackson Hare. Hare breaking in from right to left, had a couple of steps on his man midway in the end zone.
And that's 2 touchdowns for him so far in the first half.
At a 34-yard run in the first quarter. 20-3, the Wildcats. Remember, they trailed in this game 3-0. Oh, there's a mishandled snap or a low snap or something. Anyway, it does not look good for the Wildcats there. And they end up with a pass to the far side by Mason Cooper, incomplete. So, what?
Try is no good by rule.
First time we've had a bad connection all year. We had a penalty that was declined. Mount Pleasant declines it because of the bad snap. So I couldn't tell if it was a snap or the hold, but they've done perfect all year, so we're going to give them 1.
20-3, the Wildcats lead it with 1:50 to go in the half. This Wildcats football on KSST. $92 yards, 7 plays. Just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. That's a 92-yard, 7-play drive, Tony, for Sulphur Springs. 30-yard pass to Jackson Hare, the drive, and then the 25-yard touchdown pass, Timmons to Hare.
It was a really nice, almost scored too quick. We've got a job now. Don't get complacent and let Mount Pleasant score with 1:50 left because they get the second half kickoff. So we need to focus and get this 120 done, or 150 done.
Eric Rodriguez only backs off about 2 yards, and this short kick comes down at the 30. There's a bobble.
We got it.
And the Wildcats may have recovered here.
I think the Wildcats, we've got it. They just signaled, so they kicked it shorter. They did try for a fair catch, but they bobbled it in good coverage.
That's James Johnson came up with the fumble recovery for Sulphur Springs.
Number 6 or 8?
No, number 12 is what I saw.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, 148, two timeouts left. All the time in the world. Let's put 7 more up for halftime. This couldn't have happened. They got us off of the schneid with the onside kick. Now, if we can put this in before halftime, then we've turned the tables on them.
Wildcats will have the ball first down and 10 at the 30-yard line of Mount Pleasant with 1:48 to go. Offense back out on the field for Sulphur Springs. Next week, district season starts. Wildcats will take on the Aubrey Chaparrals here at Gerald Brennan Stadium.
I'm sure glad you're saying that. That seemed like we went to El Paso last year. I never could find that dadgum place.
It's not easy.
It's hidden.
Over there in that Collin County polyglot area. Snap to Timmons. Back pedals.
There it is.
Throwing deep for Hare.
Got it picked off, number 2, I think.
Yeah, interception for Mount Pleasant, and that is Deuce Thompson, their UTEP commit.
Tried one too many times to the well there on first down. I would have gone ahead and used the clock a little there, but that's okay. We're having fun.
Deuce Thompson.
That's number 2 interception at the most.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
First. I thought that we had one in a game or so ago.
You're right. That's his second interception of the season.
That's what's we're the 4th game of the season, and we can still count how many incomplete passes
right.
and how many interceptions without any cliff notes.
Timmons coming into the game was 35 of 41 passing.
Yeah.
For 574 yards and 7 touchdowns. Now he'll have 8 with the 25-yarder to Jackson Hare just a short time ago. So anyway, Mount Pleasant now will have the ball, but at their own 3-yard line with 1:41 to go.
So we've got 2 timeouts if we can shut him down, but there goes. He's got a first down.
Spectacular run by their little water bug, Tony Grant, going to his right and then reversing his field, going back to his left to the far side, and he's all the way out to the 17-yard line for a gain of 14 yards.
It's a perfect nickname for him as a water bug.
They list him, Tony, at 5'8". No way is he 5'8".
Nah, he might be 5'4".
And he's hard to see. I can imagine that behind that offensive line, it's hard for the Wildcats to see.
But like Jackson Hare, too, he's spent some time in the weight room. He's strong.
Yeah, he is, but he's a good head shorter than the quarterback.
Yep.
Once again, they give it to Tony Grant.
Just got a couple that time. Clock's running, 1:20.
He's going to the short side of the field, which is the far side, and gets a short gain to the 19-yard line for a gain of 2. A minute 13, and as you say, the clock is rolling.
I think we'll call a timeout after this play unless they run it way down. Looks like they're going to run a play. So if we stop here, we'll make them punt.
2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line. Ball's on the far hash. They're moving left to right. H back outside the left tackle. Going to throw deep once again for Thompson. And he is doing battle there with Gio Ibarra near midfield, and the ball falls incomplete.
Very nicely done by Gio. That one was just nothing but a go route. We didn't have to use our timeout, so now we got 3rd down with 49 seconds. We will call timeout unless they make a first down on this one. We'll see if we're going to get the ball in our end of the field, and we've still got time to score.
20-3, the Wildcats on top. This is 3rd and 8 from the 19-yard line. Carter Cook, the quarterback in the shotgun, has Grant a step to his right, man in motion from left to right, and it looks like Carter Cook is going to run. The quarterback keeps it himself, going right, cuts it back, and he's pretty big guy there and crosses the 30 up to the 33-yard line on that design quarterback run.
We got 2 personal fouls coming here because the referee threw a flag and then threw his hat. So if both of them may end up going against Mount Pleasant, this could be huge. When the hat comes off, it's not good for somebody.
Still looking for the referee.
Yeah, he got the no hat at the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's why I'm looking for that white hat.
I got him. I got him. We're going to have, I know Zero's going to get a personal foul. I don't know if we or both of them are on Mount Pleasant. Could be a 30-yarder against Mount Pleasant.
As it was a 14-yard.
We have live ball fouls against both teams.
So it's going to offset.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. Those fouls will offset. It remains third down.
Okay.
That wipes out the 14-yard gain by Quarter Cook, the quarterback.
And that stopped the clock at 41 seconds, so that works out good for the Wildcats there. I was afraid they were going to be, or I knew we were going to have personal fouls or unsportsmanlike one or the other. I just didn't know if they were going to be live or dead ball. So he took the easy way out with saying both of them are live ball.
Tony, you've said this is a big rivalry game, and you see the emotions here somewhat. Yep. I think there's some strong feelings on both sides.
They're getting there. Now we've got a timeout coming from Mount Pleasant. Second timeout with 28 seconds left.
Sulphur Springs leads 20-3. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
I thought we were still at 41 seconds, but that run that he took counted. Since it was like, well, it's regardless, it counted. But
Seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
28 seconds away from time. We'll have the performance of the Wildcat band. Man, oh man, that Wildcat band. And the Blue Blazes at halftime. And we'll also recap the first half and have some other interesting topics, I think, to talk about at halftime.
This is going to be a classic 4A, 5A halftime. We're not going to lose it, but Mount Pleasant has a very nice band and drill team, too, so the fans are going to get a good halftime from both sets.
3rd and 8 from the 19-yard line. Cook in the shotgun. Man in motion from right to left. That's Thompson. And they fake the handoff to Grant, and Cook will keep it, but this time he is not going to have the success that he had a moment ago. He has stopped at the line of scrimmage, or not much beyond the line of scrimmage, and the Wildcats immediately call timeout.
Yep, 21 seconds, so we're going to get the punt, see if we can get a return, and see if we can score something before the end of this half. So this is still, and this is good disciplined football that we're playing too. We're playing in control and using the clock right. This is impressive.
Cook gained 2 yards on the previous play that was called back because of offsetting penalties. He gained 14 yards. This time, however, he went to his left instead of his right. Wildcats were ready.
Yeah, and he was wanting to pitch it, and we had the pitch man covered too. So it was a great job of using the proper mechanics on defense, and coaches had them in the right position. And the big deal is we're making plays.
So Sulphur Springs still with one timeout, leading 20-3, 21 seconds left in the half. And, of course, they would love to get a punt return here by Gio Ibarra. But if they do not get a punt return for a touchdown, best case scenario, it'd be interesting to see what they do on offense with just a few seconds remaining.
Unless he catches it, it's going to be down to about 12 seconds when we get through with this play. Now, if he catches it for a fair catch or gets a run going.
Gerardo Chavez with the punt. And Gio allows it to bounce, and it takes a good Mount Pleasant bounce.
And the clock's running down to 9 seconds too. So we're more than likely just going to take a knee on this one and go to the house with a very successful first half.
So let's see, the line of scrimmage is going to be
32, I believe.
Okay, so that was pretty good punt there by Chavez.
But it hit before the 50, so you can see that's 18 yards of roll.
Yeah, well.
My cardinal sin.
Yeah, that's a 46-yard punt.
Yep, and traveled about 30. So, but, you know, you can't get them all, but that's just why.
That was a problem early last season, you will recall.
All last season.
And it has improved tremendously.
And they see that on film. Put 2 back there.
So Wildcats leading 20-3, first down at the 32-yard line. I'm sure you're right. Don't speak too soon when you have Jackson Hare and Deuce Timmons.
He's back that far. He's going to just take a knee and go. Yeah. Very successful first half for us after getting slapped in the face for 3 points on that opening kickoff.
Deuce Timmons takes a knee, and that's the end of the first half with the Wildcats leading 20-3 over their old rivals, the Mount Pleasant Tigers, here at Gerald Prim Stadium tonight. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Yeah, so run 2 spots. 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, good.
I guess Salina may be off this week.
No, they're playing Franklin.
Are they?
I've got it here.
I don't have them listed. They didn't get, well, it may be that they were outside my 100-mile range that I put in.
It's weird they're playing Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin's down the other side of Tyler.
Bryan. Well, they're down near Bryan.
Oh, are they? That's why it is. And if they're at home. I'm going to go home and watch Kilgore and Pleasant Grove. That's the game of the week on Victory, the Rangers station tonight.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll tape it and get to do that.
Yeah.
Lindale's beating Gilmer at half. And Carthage and Chapel Hill tied at 21 at the half. That's a great ball game right there. 4AD1, 4AD2.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet. The pregame is presented by Super Handy, and here we are at halftime, and halftime is presented by Gann Insurance, Hull Oil, and Super Handy. Also, the University Interscholastic League among the sponsors of Wildcats football on KSS. So the Wildcats leading 20-3, and Tony, this was a shaky start. Sulphur Springs as Mount Pleasant totally surprised everybody with an onside kick to start the game and recovered at the Sulphur Springs 48-yard line.
Yep, and that's, I don't say it was because of it, but once again, this was senior night, a lot of pageantry. Sometimes it's hard to get focused right there when you get ready, and Mount Pleasant picked the perfect time, and it was a nice kick that didn't take the normal bounce, and they got it, so kudos to them.
They moved on down and got a 33-yard goal by their place kicker, Alberto Avila. Wildcats then did not score on their first possession for the first time this season. They got the ball back and drove down to the 15-yard line of Mount Pleasant, but missed a field goal.
Yeah, 32-yarder.
Which was wide left. And then the Wildcat defense rose to the occasion and forced Mount Pleasant on a 3-and-out on their next possession. And then the Wildcat offense got in gear as they followed the punt, started at the 23-yard line. They go 77 yards in 4 plays, touchdown on a 34-yard run by Jackson Hare. Rodriguez the kick, 7-3. The Wildcats led. Again, the defense forced Mount Pleasant to punt. Wildcats got it at the 26-yard line. And let's see, they go 74 yards in 11 plays. Deuce Timmons, a 2-yard run for the touchdown. Wildcats then got a fumble recovery as Mount Pleasant was driving and had a complete pass over the middle, but somehow the ball came out and the Wildcats recovered at their own 8. And then Sulphur Springs went 92 yards in 7 plays. And it was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Deuce Timmons to Jackson Hare for the score. And on that drive, they connected. Timmons and Hare connected on a 30-yard pass. I believe that may have been the previous play. But the 25-yard touchdown pass from Deuce Timmons to Jackson Hare. And there was some sort of mishap on the extra point attempt, either a low snap or a bobbled snap. And the extra point was no good. And so the score at halftime is 20-3, the Wildcats leading over Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant drill team on the field right now, and they are going to perform, followed by the Mount Pleasant High School Band. And then we'll have the performance of the Wildcat Band and the Blue Blazes coming up for you during halftime here. Tony, let's talk about, first of all, District 7-4A football, as the district season is about to start next week. I have tonight's games as being Franklin at Salina, which is an odd matchup there.
Yep.
Now, Franklin, number 1 team in 3A Division I.
Okay.
And they're making a long drive up from the Bryan area to play at Salina tonight. I think Franklin is defending state champion, and I believe, and I know, obviously, Salina is the defending 4A Division I champion. Last week, Salina played Gunter, the 3A Division II champion last year, and beat them 43-19. So some interesting scheduling there for Salina. Panther Creek is at Kennedale tonight. Paris is at home versus White House. Lake Dallas at Lake Worth. And Aubrey at Van Alstyne tonight.
Aubrey's
next week.
Actually winning by 7 right now.
Okay.
Panther Creek's winning big, as we knew they would. That's the only 2. Paris, I think, was still winning by 6. I've got some right now. I'm just kind of trying to look up the Salina score, and that's the only one I didn't have in the group.
Also, Fort Worth Western Hills at Community tonight. Those are the games in the district. In the district, Sulphur Springs, Salina, and Frisco Panther Creek are all 3-0. They are all in the top 10 of 4A Division I football as far as the Texas football rankings are concerned. Salina is number 1. Panther Creek is number 6. Sulphur Springs is number 8. Lake Dallas and Paris are 2-1. Of course, now these are non-district games.
Yep.
Aubrey is 0-3, which is a big surprise. And Community, no surprise, is 0-3.
Yeah, Community just going to limp through.
So last week, Lake Dallas over Kaufman, 38-35. Tony, Aubrey lost to Brock, which is a strong 3A program.
Yeah.
They've won some state championships.
Yeah.
But they lost 56-7 to Brock. I don't know what has happened there.
I don't know if Aubrey's had some move-outs or what, but they appear to be not near what they were last year. Now, that sometimes you get in trouble categorizing it that way.
Paris beat Van Alstyne last week, 52-24. Sanger over Community, 62-26. So that's kind of a picture of District 7-4A Division I, the Wildcats District, which goes into district play next week with the Aubrey Chaparrals here versus the Wildcats at Gerald Pritt Stadium.
Paris is up 21-7 at playing White House, the Fighting Mahomeses, and he obviously is not still there. Aubrey is up 14-7 on Van Alstyne. Of course, our game divided. Well, look at this. Community's up 21-7. Fort Worth schools are weak.
Yep.
They are. If you've got Fort Worth in front of your name, you're not very good. No offense to the people of Fort Worth, but that's just the way it is. So I've got some more, but we'll get those at some point.
I was going to mention some of the area games, and you may have scores on some of these. So I have Cumbie at home versus All Saints Episcopal tonight.
Cumbie's up 20-0 in the third.
Good. Golden at Sims Bowie.
I saw that one, but I didn't stop, so I don't know that one.
Homo Picton, which is 2-1, Tony.
They're fixing to be 3-1. They're up 29-10 with just a minute left in the third, so they're going to they're having a little success, and that's good. They deserve it.
That's at Trenton tonight.
Yep.
Cooper at Bells.
Cooper they're up 21-19 at Bells at halftime, so good game going on there.
Mount Vernon at Atlanta.
22-8. Mount Vernon's on the bottom side of that one. 9 minutes third.
I doubt you'll have this next Campbell Providence Academy.
You're correct.
6 football. Commerce at Whitesboro tonight.
I got that one, I think. I usually put Commerce in there. 20-14 Commerce at halftime.
Winsboro, number 3 in the state in 3A Division I at Hooks tonight.
And that's a ball game. 17 seconds left to halftime, and Hooks is actually up 29-28. So an offensive game there.
Hooks traditionally has some excellent teams there in the far reaches of northeast Texas.
Yep.
Mineola at home versus North Lamar.
Didn't get that one.
And Rains at home versus Chisholm.
Rains is up 28-6.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be a good chance for the Rains Wildcats to get a win.
Yeah,
tonight.
Chisholm's not very good.
Never have been, really. Lady Cat Volleyball, they are now 20-8 for the season under head coach Bailey Dorner. They played at North Hopkins this afternoon at 4:30. We don't have a score on that. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow morning. Tuesday night, the Lady Cats open district play, Tony, versus North Lamar at home at 5:30 p.m. And again, the makeup of the district is different from football to the other sports, so keep that in mind. But
what sport was that for tomorrow?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
And Lady Cats at home Tuesday night. Okay. That's a district game against North Lamar.
Yeah, I went and watched them the other night, and they did good against Quinlan. I think they lost last Saturday or something. So, but we've got a good team. I'm not a connoisseur of volleyball, but I have some friends that have kids playing, and went out there to support them and watch them, and it was fun. And there was more people in the stands than I thought. So I made.
Volleyball's a fun sport to watch.
Yeah.
And the game moves right along, and it's entertaining. College football, Thursday night, Rice over Charlotte, 28-17. I actually watched some of that game. Rice now 3-1 for the season. Tomorrow at 11, this is a big game, one of the big games in the country, really. Number 17, Texas Tech at number 16, Utah.
That'll be on my screen, and I got the popcorn in the chair waiting. My schedule's set.
SMU at TCU tomorrow at 11, and that, they say, is the last game.
The last one.
Of the series, yeah.
Silver Skillet's been on since
that's
2015.
That's crazy.
I think they played 104 times, they said, and I don't remember if I think it was Fort Worth that TCU that canceled it, wasn't it?
Yep. So I've been a little taken aback here by the fact that the Wildcat Band and the Blue Blazers already are performing, and so let's go to the field for their performance.
Of this historic line are Junior Lieutenants Jaylee Johnson and Abby Noguera. Senior Lieutenant Irma Moreno. Co-Captain Kara. Onto the field tonight is your captain, Emma Palacios. The Blazers want to recognize this week's Julia Wilhite State Farm Blazers of the Week and their Spirit Girls of the Week, the seniors. And this week's Spotlight teacher, Mrs. Lisa Webb. The Blue Blazers can't thank their sponsors enough for their ongoing support this year, including Nations Lending, Porter Grub House, RDW Hauling, J&D Dozer and Mulching, Nottingham Dodge, Larry and Sherry Finney, the Fuller family, the Palacios family, Highway 19 Construction, the Sign Shop, House of Sabo, Bob Evans, Slaughter's Barbecue, Wyatt's Towing, the Credit Union of Texas, HTO, D&S Custom Cabinets, Cornerstone Renovations, and Burris Laundry Services. The Blue Blazers are under the direction of alumni member Mrs. Meredith Dial. Now let's join the Blazers as they rock this stadium with the prom routine to Rock in the U.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come, your three-time state finalist band. Say it with Omen. The Wildcat Band would like to thank our amazing sponsors. Please visit our
Wildcats football on KSST as the Wildcats leading at halftime over Mount Pleasant 20-3. And we'll take another break before the start of the second half. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
In Melissa at Melissa High School. And go Wildcats.
Yeah, I don't know why, because I've got it turned up to a normal. Maybe I've turned down the master. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, you turned it down instead of the field mic.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
No, thank you.
The 2025 Lady Cat softball team was the most successful team in school history.
There's the softball team.
Record of 31-10. They were district champs, 5 district
This is good when they introduce the kids.
champs, regional semifinal champs,
It's cute girls.
champs, and qualified for the state semifinals for the first time in school history. At this time, we would like to present to them their state semifinal medals and their trophy. The Lady Cats are Emily Adamson, Raylee Evans, Baylor Boatman, Madison Dixon, Allison Frazier, Shaylee Brittle, Abby Goldsmith,
4,
K.K. Montgomery,
1.
Wesley Smith.
Wildcats leading over Mount Pleasant 20-3 at halftime, just about to go with the second half. Lady Cats softball team that had such a great season last spring being introduced on the field right now to the fans and getting a big hand and getting UIL medals as Lady Cats made it all the way to the regional finals. And as was pointed out by public address announcer Jeff Harris, the greatest season in Lady Cat softball history last year.
Only to be outdone by this year. We got a bunch coming
A
back.
lot of them coming back. That's right. So we're looking forward to that. So we were talking about college football, and we were interrupted. They're not interrupted, but it was time to go to the Wildcat Band and the Blue Blazes. SMU TCU playing each other presumably for the last time. That is a disgrace.
It is.
Tony. That is.
It is.
That's how the state of college football these days. That a game like that that's been going for as long as it is an obvious rivalry game that means a lot to the fans, and they just decide we're not going to play each other anymore.
Yep.
So North Texas at Army tomorrow. That is
North Texas is playing ball. They may be undefeated. I think they are, but beat the crap out of Washington State last week. Mm-hmm. And Washington State's Pac-12.
East Texas A&M at Grambling. I think last week I said they were playing, but I was looking at the schedule wrong. So that is tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. ET A&M at Grambling. That'll be
at Grambling. Okay.
At Grambling.
Yep.
Of course, Texas Longhorn versus Sam Houston. That's a money game for the Bearcats at Austin tomorrow evening. Texas State at home versus Nicholls State out of the Southland Conference. Texas State about to join the Pac-12 now, with all of those teams having migrated to one place or another other than Washington State and Washington. Texas El Paso at home versus Louisiana Monroe. And then start tomorrow night, 8:30, UT San Antonio at Colorado State.
How about our Aggies last week against Notre Dame? That was a productive and fabulous football. I'm a Aggie, but it was good for the fans anyway. Everybody. It was a college football game.
Sure was. Great game as A&M came back to win it late at Notre Dame. The Irish off to an 0-2 start. That's not half times at South. Here we go with the Wildcats kicking off to start the second half. And Eric Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40-yard line. 20-3, Sulphur Springs over Mount Pleasant. Again, Jackson Hare, a 34-yard TD run. Deuce Timmons, a 2-yard run. And Timmons to Hare on a 25-yard pass, a beautiful pass over the middle near the end of the first half.
So if he kicks it real short. Number 44 is over there at the 33-yard line. He's one that bobbled. Look, we're going deep this time. We did.
Rodriguez going to kick it deep, and it goes into the end zone off hands receiver. Now he thinks he has to bring it out, Tony, and he is hit down at the 1-yard line.
He did not, even if we had tackled him in the end zone, it's not a safety because he didn't put the ball in the end zone. He touched it, but he didn't. But as it is, they're going to have a 29-yard field, and what a start for the defense.
That's Jeremiah Johnson, who was trying to catch the ball over his shoulder as Eric Rodriguez really blasted it. I don't think he expected him to kick it that deep.
They only had a single safety back there, and he was guarding on that side because that's where they've been kicking it, and so that was a good job. So they surprised us on the opening kickoff. We surprised them, and I like our position better.
Mount Pleasant at its own 1-yard line, and as you point out, he did not have to run that out.
He touched it about the 2, but the impetus of the kick is what put it in the end zone. So he did not, and whether or not he thought he had to, that's up to him.
And it's a quarterback sneak to start out with. Or no, they gave it to Grant. They gave it to Tony Grant. And, well, I beg your pardon, I was right in the first place.
Yeah, it was him.
But he pops out of there.
Yeah, he nearly broke it.
There was a big scrum in the middle, and then suddenly it was Grant that came popping out of there and got to the 5-yard line.
They did their version of the tush push, and they had him kind of held up, and he rolled off and nearly broke it if it hadn't been for a linebacker on the weak side.
So this is 2nd down and 6, Mount Pleasant from their own 5-yard line. Carter Cook, the quarterback in the shotgun, stands on the goal line, gives it to Grant. Grant going right, cuts back left, and skitters out across the 10 to the 14-yard line. He's a good-looking little running back.
He is.
It's a 9-yard gain there to Tony Grant. And again, we estimate that he's about 5 feet tall.
I think we're going to have a little penalty on number 1 for Mount Pleasant here in the near future. Nehemiah Savage, he's running his mouth pretty good, and the referees came in there, so unless he came out this time, if Coach not going to tell him to keep it shut, he may not get out much.
Mount Pleasant, a 1st down at their own 14-yard line on 2 running plays.
That's a good job. They got out of their goal line.
Snap to Cook, high snap up around the headgear. He's going to throw deep, and a man falls down at the 45-yard line. The intended receiver, I'm not sure he would have been able to catch anyway.
I don't think he would have gotten there, but he just kind of got his feet tangled up there.
That was Jeremiah Johnson who tried to run the ball and did run the ball out of the end zone on the kickoff by mistake.
Okay.
And how appropriate is it that the week that Robert Redford passes away that Mount Pleasant has a
Jeremiah Johnson?
Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
Yep. 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line. H-back outside the left tackle, man in motion now, actually coming back from the slot position into the backfield. That is Johnson, and Tony Grant on the other side of the quarterback. They give it to Johnson, going to his left, and finds a little crease there.
Got about 6.
Gets across the 20, or perhaps across the 20, at least the 20.
Yeah, I think they're going to put it straight up, so it's going to be 3rd and 4. So let's see if we can load up here and force a punt.
They've done a good job of running the football here from their own 1-yard line out to the 20 against this Wildcats defense. Very tough against the run.
Yeah, I like the fact they're trying to run it right now because they're behind by 17, and I don't know if there's enough time for running it all night.
Cook in the shotgun, single wide out left, 2 to the right. Cook rolling to his right, passing complete, and the Wildcats going for the interception there. Just missed. And making the catch for Mount Pleasant and going out of bounds on the near side, about the 35-yard line.
Jaden Lowen,
right.
Grayson Hardy kept him going. We got a flag, though, so let's see what's going on. That's from the umpire. May be a personal foul because they're looking at where the end of the play is. We've had a lot of back and forth, so it's getting a little testy.
The result of the play is a 1st down. After the play is over, personal foul.
It's going against Mount Pleasant. There you go. Okay. So the first down goes, and then we're going 15 from the end of the play, but it still will result in a first down.
Yeah.
So we're getting chippy out there, and the crew's doing a pretty good job of watching that. There's a bunch of stuff going on behind the play. I didn't hear the number, but when I heard him say the result of the play, I knew the penalty was going against Mount Pleasant. But it's either way, it's 1st and 10.
So they got out to about the 30-yard line. Now the penalty pushes them back to the 15-yard line.
Yep.
First and 10.
I think we actually gained 5 yards unless they correct it.
Yeah. So that was a dead ball foul.
Yes.
In effect.
Yes.
There's still a conference going on across the far side there with the referee Stephen O'Neill talking with Joe Cluley, the head football coach of Mount Pleasant.
He may be talking live ball, dead ball. He got the benefit of the doubt getting the first down, but he needs to. And I hope Coach Faircloth's talking to ours and say don't punch back, because right now there's chippiness going on. A lot of mouthing.
1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the 15-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 20-3. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Carter Cook, the senior quarterback, standing at the 10-yard line in the shotgun. Line of scrimmage at the 15. Snap to Cook. Up in the pocket, now moving around, feeling the pressure, directing traffic close to the sideline. He's over the line of scrimmage, and he throws it away. But, Tony, it's an incomplete pass, but was he not over the line of scrimmage?
The referee is standing there. I think they're fixing to throw a flag, I believe, because he's standing a yard past. It should be 5 yards and loss of down from previous. There goes the flag. So that's good officiating right there, is to make sure where you were. So that'll go from previous spot, go 5 yards back, and if loss of down, be 2nd and 15 if it's administered correctly.
Why is that a loss of down, do you think?
Because if it wasn't, you could throw it anywhere, anytime, and just get a replay. So an illegal pass is a desperation move, and so that could. So they'll decline. They'll take the illegal pass. Yep. Okay.
Illegal forward pass on the offense. The quarterback will pass the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. Penalized half the distance to the goal. First down. The illegal forward pass will be declined.
Okay. The illegal forward pass is declined, and it's a personal foul against Mount Pleasant, and that'll be half the distance to the goal.
Okay. Tony disagrees with that, because it should be you decline the personal foul, you take the 5 yards and loss of down, and you'd be at the 10-yard line with 2nd and 15. They're going to be first down in half the distance, but still, I would have taken the illegal pass, loss of down. So I think we missed a spot there. You would give up maybe 4 yards, because you're on the 15.
Rather have the down or take the down.
You're taking 7.5 right now is where it should end up, the half the distance, but it'd be first and whatever. But I would take 2nd and 15 at the 10.
I agree. They still haven't moved the down marker over there, and there's still a conversation going on across the field. The referee, Stephen O'Neill, and Joe Cluley, the head football coach for Mount Pleasant.
I wish Coach Faircloth would think about it and go tell him he'd rather have it that other way, because that's the way it ought to be.
Well, could you do that, though? You couldn't change your mind now, could you?
Never mind. So now they're going to go back to the 7.5. It's going to be 1st and 17.5. So that's nothing to sneeze at. But you got 2.5 yards and a play. I would take 2nd and 15.
It seems, though, I tell you, coaches these days seem to prefer the yards to the down. And I'm with you. I would rather take away a down in most cases, but a lot of coaches don't see it that way.
That's one of those where I don't think they think as much through. That's where that was my job to say. You can have 1st and 17, or you can have 2nd and 15. And if I'd have put it there, he's going to take 2nd and 15.
Right.
So I'm sure he didn't.
1st and 19.
And
now
here goes another one.
another
We're gonna
flag
get 5 more.
on the snap.
Number 2 of the offense.
False start.
So they're kind of unraveling
Boy.
right now. So they started on the 1. They got out to about the 30.
Yeah.
And now they're back at the 3.5 or 4.
Back to the 4.
And we've played 3 minutes and something of the second quarter, second half.
3 consecutive penalties here against Mount Pleasant, and
Yep.
one that was offsetting, so really 4.
Yep.
Mercy. And the game has ground to a halt here as far as the rhythm of it. So this is first down and very long, and Cook in the end zone, throwing deep, and incomplete at the 35-yard line. The intended receiver was the big tight end, Emmanuel Harris.
Good coverage, and it was a good throw. He nearly came down with it.
Creed Wisenhunt on the coverage there for Sulphur Springs, free safety.
Their offensive line did an outstanding job, which I think we only rushed 3, but he had all day, and then he kind of rolled out right, and he nearly had about a 35-yard catch out of it. So second down and 23?
Second and 23.
There's not a lot of those on your score sheet when you're on your play sheet.
I look at it looks like to me, though, it's actually second and 20. Or make it there. The line of scrimmage is the 4.
Yeah.
So that's I would say 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's second and 21. Scoreboard's off a little bit.
Looks like, what did they do? This is they're losing control of this. Coaches came out. They're going to wanting to reset the clock, or this play clock, but wanted it 25. He's getting fed up with our play clock. He's going to need rotator cuff surgery.
Referee Stephen O'Neill gesturing here.
He's sour.
Wait.
The play clock to 2-5. It started on my signal.
Play clock.
Yeah, it was play clock. I could tell what it was, and he's frustrated. He's losing it right now.
I have not heard the referee make so many direct comments to the press box ever before in a game.
Well, but that's good why you got the microphone. Because if you didn't have the microphone, you really would be screwed up.
Second and 21, they give it to Tony Grant, little mini tailback that they have. And
Alex McCormick came up there and took him out.
Grant a short gain to the 6-yard line.
So third and about 20.
So all focus, I think, has been lost by the fans here, and if not the broadcasters, I hope the players are not as disoriented as everybody else seems to be. So this is third, and I make it 19.
A bunch of it. It's a third and a bunch.
From the 6-yard line, snap to Cook. Cook backpedals into the end zone, passing over the middle for Emmanuel Harris, or is that Thompson? I think that's their Deuce Thompson who makes the catch.
McCormick got him again. That's 2 consecutive great plays by Alex McCormick, another of our seniors. So after all of that and about 110 yards, they moved the ball 9 yards and are going to punt it because they're at the straight up 10. They started at the 1.
It was a 4-yard gain on a pass over the middle, and McCormick, the tackle at the 10 on Deuce Thompson, and now it's another punt for Mount Pleasant.
Yep.
This is Gerardo Chavez, who's had a pretty good night punting.
Still got Gio back, but still just single. That one's high enough. Fair catch caught, and he's going to we got the benefit. It bounced backwards. We're going to get it at the 35-yard line.
That was a short punt there.
Yep. 34-yard lines transfers. That wasn't but a 24-yard punt.
Right. Yeah, the Gio signaled the fair catch, but he would have had to run up.
He would have. I don't blame him.
I agree.
But
yeah, that would have been risky.
So
and they're going to have great field position.
Yeah, 34 going in, first possession of the second half. This can set the game apart right here. Take this in.
20-3, Sulphur Springs. 7:34 left to go in the third quarter. This is the Wildcats' first possession.
Yep.
First time Sulphur Springs has had the ball here in the second half. And the Wildcats moving right to left at the Mount Pleasant 34-yard line. Deuce Timmons makes the snap. Timmons going to his left and breaks it into the secondary. Timmons at the 20, the 10. Nobody going to catch him. Touchdown, Wildcats.
That's a one-play, 34-yard drive and a Hooten Hardware first down and a score.
Design quarterback run all the way, Timmons.
Even with the angle, safety couldn't get there.
Broke into the clear just beyond the line of scrimmage, and he just outraced the Mount Pleasant tackler to the pylon.
Yep.
34-yard touchdown run. That is his second rushing touchdown of the night. And let's see, that will give him 7 rushing touchdowns this season. Extra point now by Eric Rodriguez. The snap by Matthew Jeter, the hold by Mason Cooper. It is good, and the Wildcats lead it 27-3. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
We would like to thank our Platinum and Champion Booster Club sponsors again. Our Platinum sponsors are...
Oh, thank you. I'll get it. Good. Appreciate it.
Now we're looking more like ourselves.
GSC Enterprises, Hodges Orthodontics, Grill 19 Weeks, Sulphur and White Attorneys, Hollywood Ford Lincoln, and our champion sponsor,
Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats on that 34-yard touchdown run by Deuce Timmons. And then the extra point by Eric Rodriguez, making it 27-3. Tony, was he touched on that play?
If he wasn't, or was, he didn't leave a mark.
I don't think he felt it if he was.
I think he was, and I actually think at about the 10 he was playing with him because the kid thought he had an angle on him and he just never got there. The boy can move.
So Mount Pleasant got stuck in a bad position on the opening kickoff of the second half. They got caught at the 1-yard line. Then had to give the ball up on a punt, a short punt to the 34-yard line in Mount Pleasant territory, and Deuce Timmons scores on the first play from scrimmage. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and that one is lands at about the 5. And Jeremiah Johnson again having a little trouble here.
Are you kidding
And he
me?
is going to be tackled in the end zone. Is that a safety?
He's at the 1-yard line again. Now we've got all kinds of crap going on here.
Flags down at the 10.
We're going to start out with Mount Pleasant at the 1, but we got coaches and everything. This is, again, getting out of hand.
And more flags come down, more players and coaches leaving the bench here, and we have what is called in baseball a bench clearing brawl, or very nearly.
Number 18 of them picked up one of them. We're going to have a couple of ejections out of this one. I don't know for sure who it is, but the ball's going to be at the 1.
I thought first that he had kicked it at least to the goal line, but apparently it landed about 5.
Landed about the 2 and bounced sideways, kind of like the punt did or the kickoff did earlier, and he got it and then backed up, and our guy got him at the 1 and slung him to where he's at in the end zone. But then we had all of this stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
So the ball's going to be basically at the 1. You're going to have a bunch of offsetting penalties, and you might have 1 or 2 people tossed to try to get a hold of the game. But I think you're going to have the ball first and 10 at the 1-yard line for the Mount Pleasant Tigers for the second time in a row. That's my observation.
So Jeremiah Johnson, who made the mistake of trying to run that kick out on the second half opening kickoff, and only got to the 1. This time he fielded the ball, and it's understandable why he was confused.
Sure.
But he fielded it around the 5 or maybe even the 3, and then gave ground, trying to get away. Well, there was his mistake.
He took for granted that the ball was going to go into the end zone. What they don't realize with the rules now, you can fair catch it at the 5 and get it at the 25. Whether or not, again, they told him that, I don't know. But it went over his head. He was at about the 7 or the 10, and he assumed it was going to just bounce and go in the end zone, and when it took the squirrel bounce, then he's in trouble.
Now, what if you call a fair catch and you don't catch it? It's a free ball.
It's still live until somebody from the kicking team possesses the football. At that point, it's blown dead.
Yeah.
So this is it's bad luck for Mount Pleasant, but we're going to see. I'm waiting to see they're going to need a new set of pencils on the refereeing crew on who's getting unsportsmanlike. Here they go.
Now they are carrying him off. Literally, a coach or trainer is literally carrying him off the field.
After the play.
We have a personal foul, flagrant unnecessary roughness, number 44 of Mount
So
Pleasant.
he's out. Yep, 44 is gone.
Personal foul, flagrant against Sulphur Springs, numbers 32 and 14. They are both disqualified.
So 32 and 14.
Conduct, number 3, Sulphur Springs. That is his first of the game. All of those penalties will offset. Actions remain. First and 10, Mount Pleasant at the 1 yard line.
Okay. So 44 for Mount Pleasant is gone. Okay, so that's about what I got. We had 2 kicked out. They had 1. Offset all of the fouls. First and 10 at the 1 yard line.
So offsetting because you had a penalty against Mount Pleasant.
And 2 against us.
They were, was it 2 or more?
We lost 2. They lost Tarrant, number 44. We lost T.J. Bolden and Mason Horn. But once you have multiples on each side, it doesn't really matter if they all occurred at the same time, so you offset them. Now
so
the coaches are meeting at midfield, and if that's me, I'm telling them, you get a hold of your team or we're going to throw somebody out on every play.
Yeah. As if you know, Tony was a high school football official for 25 years, as well as basketball, baseball, softball. So he knows what he speaks.
I had Charles Cromer and Robert Cook, the ones that taught me everything, but Charles used to have his John Wayne speech and so forth, and that's what I would call both teams in. I'd call a timeout on me. I would call both huddles on me. I'd get in the middle and I'd start spinning like a top, and I would be yelling at them saying, you're fixing to play football or you're going to house, and I want somebody to try me on this next play if you think I'm kidding. But I would get control of the ball game. So hopefully that's what he told them. Now you got both sets of teams on the field, and the coaches, it's their responsibility to say, you play football, and then that's nothing else. And this is where these stripes right now, their job is at the end of this next play when the whistle blows, every one of them should come forward and act like a boxing referee and say, go to your corner. Do that for a few plays and let them know you're there. Do a lot of talking, let them know you're in the area and that you see them.
Yeah.
But then the first time they try it, you got to pop them, or else it's just like, don't you do that again,
right? And
not having any follow through.
Right.
So it's fixing to get chippy now, but it normally you have a pretty calm game the rest of the way because they should have their attention. But it is, again, a 99. They've had 2 possessions in the second half, and both of them starting at the 1.
2 mishaps on kickoffs.
Yep.
By Mount Pleasant. So they're back at the 1 yard line again. Wildcats ahead 27-3. Now everybody bunched into the center of the formation here. This is a quarterback sneak straight ahead.
Yep.
And maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, certainly no more.
I tell you what, we put all 11 on ours. If I'm Mount Pleasant, I put a receiver on the edge of that, and I sneak him out and see if I can go 99.
Yeah.
They were in that tush-push formation. I'd do it again if I'm Mount Pleasant.
By the way, the tush-push is not permitted in high school and college football. Am I right at that?
I'm not aware that it's illegal.
I've never seen it done in college or high school football. Now here is Clark or Cook under center, the quarterback, and he hands off. And this is a nice game for Tony Grant.
Very
out
nice.
To the 15-yard line.
They had a stacked eye with like a fullback and a running back. Truth Holmes is down in the end zone. Looks like he's got a cramp. Now we're getting along because Mount Pleasant's helping him with the cramp. That's what happens when you get control of the ball game. Good kids will start doing the right thing.
Does appear that Wildcats nose tackle Truth Holmes
Yep.
is having some kind of cramp. Boy, I
Yep.
know all about that.
You bet.
And a Mount Pleasant player is helping him up.
Yep.
That's
They've
good to see.
That's exactly what you do. That's good refereeing right there, is to stop the game, let them know who's in charge, and let's go.
Truth walking off the field on his own power, but looks a little stiff-legged
Yep.
there. I think he's still feeling the effects of
He
it.
needs some water.
Well, this has been a wild start here to the
Hadn't it?
second half.
We still got 6 minutes left. We got more action than the whole first half, and nobody's scored. Nobody's done anything.
Well, Wildcats did score the
Well, that's
touchdown
true.
here in the
That's
third
true.
quarter. But it's
The
easy to
one
forget
play.
that now.
Yeah, we've had it one play. Now you see every referee coming up.
So first down play is a gain up the middle out to the 18-yard line.
Alex King.
So I wasn't that impressed with how they were working the game first half, but on this, they did what they're supposed to. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line. Again, Carter Cook, the senior quarterback, under center. I formation here. Man in motion, left to right. Cook fakes to the fullback, gives it to Grant, going left, cutting back. Grant picking his way up to about the 25-yard line.
He's going to get a first down. They're going to have 60 or 70 yards of offense this half in 2 possessions and never get to midfield.
Gang tackle there by the Wildcats. Gio Ibarra was in on it. Who else? Blaine Allen, who has really been a revelation for the Wildcats here in the early going.
But that's good hard-nosed running by Grant there. He's a strong runner.
Up to the 26-yard line, first down, Mount Pleasant. Now again, Carter Cook under center, the offset I formation. They give it to Tony Grant, and Grant charges over the right side up to the 33-yard line for a gain of about 7 yards.
James Johnson was in on the tackle there. That was designed to go left, and Grant saw right quick. He planted his left foot and went against the grain and got about 8 yards out of it, and that was all him.
Alex King in on that tackle for Sulphur Springs. 15 tackles for the season coming in, 6 last week against Bullard. This is 2nd and 2 for Mount Pleasant from the 34-yard line. The I formation. Cook setting up, and he is going to be sacked.
All right, 27.
And that will be Jackson Medlock.
Medlock, who plays out on one of those lines, the right-hand lineman. He's undersized, but boy, did he get in there quick, and he made an exact tackle on him. He got him and didn't let go, so great job.
Lost back to the 26-yard line. I think he is the son of offensive coordinator Peter Medlock.
Okay. 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, back to the 26, so line to gain is the 36-yard line, so it is 3rd down and 10.
Just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Now they're back to the shotgun and the spread with 3 wideouts to the far side and 1 to the near side. They've been in the I formation since they, again, got pinned back at the 1-yard line.
Delay of game. Mount Pleasant's going to go 3rd and 15 now, so that's just they haven't had very good management tonight. That's 2 or 3, and they've got all 3 timeouts.
Mount Pleasant coming in here 0-3 with losses to Crandall, Lindale, and Terrell in the early going. Last week to Terrell, 35-14. 3rd and 15 from the 21-yard line.
Wildcats are backing up. They're going to give them 10.
Snap to Cook in the shotgun.
Ball
over
tip.
the middle, and one of the Wildcat linemen got a hand on it, and it falls incomplete at the 30.
Looked like 27. Medlock again might have tipped it, but that's a great job. So now it's going to be 4th and 15, and if we catch the ball, we're not going to have it. It's not going to be much past midfield.
Tony, Mount Pleasant has run 14 plays to Sulphur Springs 1.
And they're down 7-0 in the second half. And they probably, I don't know how many yards, but I bet they've got 50 or so.
Yeah.
But they may have 35 in penalties.
Gio Ibarra back, standing at midfield for Sulphur Springs. The punter for Mount Pleasant, Gerardo Chavez. Wildcats came close to blocking that one, and Gio Ibarra takes it at the 45-yard line, makes a man miss, still on his feet, and gets to about the Mount Pleasant 46-yard line.
Yep.
So a punt return there of about 9 yards by
exactly where he's going to be.
Gio Ibarra.
Good job of catching it and got a little bit of a run out of it.
Sulphur Springs.
So now we get our second offensive play of the half.
33-yard punt by Chavez. Wildcats lead at 27-3. 3:15 left to go
Grayson
in the third
Hardy's
quarter.
kind of coming off like he's shaking up a little bit. Hopefully it's just out of breath or need a drink. I bet he'll be ready when they call defense. He's a gamer.
Grayson Hardy, the Wildcat former free safety, now linebacker, and he is a Louisiana Tech commit.
Yep.
Has 2 fumble recoveries and a touchdown on one of those in the early going for the Wildcats. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line, or the 45-yard line. Fake the handoff. Pass to the flat on the far side. And a nice gain here for the Wildcats to Jackson Hare.
Jackson Hare
Gets past the first tackler there at the line of scrimmage, and he gets apparently a first down. I don't see the chains moving yet, but yes, there they go.
People don't realize how hard Deuce throws that ball to Jackson too, straight out. Coach Medlock Coach Cluley is upset, saying that our receiver was blocking, but the ball's behind the line of scrimmage, and that's legal.
First down, Sulphur Springs at the 35-yard line of Mount Pleasant.
Hooten Hardware first down. I missed it.
Give it to Dodson Martin, off right tackle, and Martin bounces outside, down the sideline, over on the far side of the field, and he is inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Okay, I'll say another Hooten Hardware first down. I love watching him because he's just trying to get there first.
He's a slasher.
He is.
Yeah. Got to the, did I say 17? Yes, that's right. 17-yard line. Now they can have, of course, Dodson Martin and Jackson Hare in the game at the same time because they can put Jackson Hare in the slot.
Yep. That's exactly what they're doing. We're so versatile right now. I mean, Dobson has really, really given the versatility to the team because Jackson was so valuable as a running back. Now he goes everywhere.
First out the 17. This is Dodson Martin again. And Martin between the tackles finds a hole and pops through it and gets down to the 12-yard line for a gain of 5. At Wildcat offensive line, doing a great job again. Vincent Johnson, Aiden McConnell, Jeff Stevenson, Aiden McCarroll, I should say, Jeff Stevenson, Josh Lopez, Day Berry across the front for Sulphur Springs. 2nd and 4. Sulphur Springs leading 27-3, 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
Been an eventful third quarter. I'll give them that.
Man in motion, right to left. And there's a mishandled snap somehow.
That one didn't look good all around, but Dobson got on it and still going to be about a 5 or 6 yard loss. Going to take it back to about 3rd and 9 or 10 now, but at least we held on to the ball.
Not sure what happened there, but the exchange between the setter and the quarterback.
We had a motion man coming this way, and I think timing just got off and whatever, but we've got it. This is vintage Deuce Timmons right here. 3rd and 10 from there. A lot of times these end up with 6 points.
3rd down and 10 from the 17. 3 wide outs, right, 1 to the left. Jackson Hare in motion right to left. Timmons moving in the pocket. And now going to go down.
Yeah.
And gained a yard or 2, I believe. Or did he? No, he's actually he lost a yard or 2. Yeah.
He wanted to pass that when he stayed too long. He didn't commit. So now we're going to try another field goal. This is going to end up being about a 37-yarder.
Mm-hmm. Eric Rodriguez missed a field goal in the first half. I believe that was from
32.
32, okay.
They kicked a 33. We missed a 32. Here comes the 36.
36-yarder with the angle to the right. Kick into the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Good snap, good hold, kick on the way. Kick is good.
Good job. And that was a good job by Cooper. The snap was a little bit away from him. He reached out, put it down there good, and Rodriguez was true, going with his follow-through and trusting his holder. So that's a great job.
Mason Cooper, the holder. Matthew Jeter, the snapper. 36-yard field goal. Eric Rodriguez, his first of the year. Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, for that field goal, making it 30-3 Sulphur Springs. It's Wildcats football on KSST.
Chrysler van, license plate VVG 9280. Please move your vehicles immediately. They are blocking others in. Thank you.
You're saying dogs a beat. To me, it sounds like you're saying
I think you're right.
it is.
Again, we want to thank our press sponsors for today's game. That's Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Sulphur Springs.
Wildcats lead at 30-3. We're about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. Tony Dobson Martin on that drive had a 18-yard run.
Yep, he was a big part
of that drive.
Yes.
Wildcats started at the 45-yard line of Mount Pleasant after the punt, and a nice return by Gio Ibarra. And then they get the 36-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez, senior kicker.
What people don't realize, too, with having Dobson back there is it lets Jackson Hare get in the wing. He doesn't take the beatings that a running back does coming off a concussion. So he's in the game and doing all of that, but not taking the beatings. Now we're going to have a little short kick over here. Let's see if 16 can handle it.
Couple of misadventures on the last two kickoffs. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. This one is short and will be taken at about the 36-yard line by Keith Standifer for Mount Pleasant.
Going to give him 37-yard line, setting up. Just 19 seconds left in the third. But after all of that scuffling and everything, you've seen the football game has settled down. Now we should have a clean play. So that's a good job by this crew.
It looked a little hairy there for a few moments.
I've been in some of those, and it's almost like you don't want the next play to happen. But once you get a little experience under your belt, you know how to handle them.
Oh boy, 30-3 now. Starting to say 27. The field goal made it 30-3. Wildcats. Mount Pleasant moving to our right from the 37-yard line. Finally, they have decent field position. Cook over the middle has his man. That's Deuce Thompson. Makes the catch. Sliding in from left to right and tackled immediately at the Wildcat 45-yard line.
That's a really nice timing pass, and we had a good one-on-one tackle by number 12, Johnson. Otherwise, that's going to go to the house.
James
Johnson.
Johnson.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. They're at the 45-yard line, so the umpires don't have to switch a whole but 10 yards, so they're happy.
Wildcats lead at 30-3 going to the fourth quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Okay.
Fans, don't forget to visit our concession stand and our gift shop downstairs.
Going to the fourth quarter now at Gerald Prim Stadium. Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and the University Interscholastic League. Pregame presented by Super Handy, halftime by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. First down for Mount Pleasant at the Sulphur Springs 45-yard line. 18-yard gain just moments ago to their outstanding receiver, Deuce Thompson.
And now they can't get the clock set again. He's had a lot of talk with the clock tonight. Now we're ready to go.
From the Wildcat 45, Carter Cook, the quarterback in the shotgun, moving in the pocket, going to his right, Throwing downfield for Thompson.
Touch pass intended for number 2.
And incomplete at about the 25.
He gave a pump fake, had 2 over here that tried to get the give and go, but both of our safeties and cornerback were in perfect spot and didn't let him get it. Flushed him out to the right, and he had to throw it away. So really good job of the defense there all the way around.
2nd and 10 at the Sulphur Springs 45. Wildcats lead at 30-3. 11:49 to go in the ballgame. Mount Pleasant with a tight formation here, although they are in the spread. And Cook in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Surveying the field. Finally dumps it off to a receiver in the flat on the far side. And he picks up about 5 or 6 yards there.
Yep, it's 2 plays in a row, though, that he's trying to pump fake, and our secondary is doing a good job. He had to dump that off low, and I saw really good pursuit from our defensive line because they moved him, they flushed him back in too. So everybody's on point here on defense. I was looking for this kind of challenge, and they are more than up to the task today.
Got it to Tony Grant coming out of the backfield for a gain of 6 yards. Now this is 3rd and 4 from the Wildcat 39. Cook on the far hash mark, passing downfield, intended for the big tight end Emmanuel Harris inside the 10.
Touch pass
Apparently incomplete.
for number 6. Emmanuel Harris.
Harris, the big 6'3", 210 tight end, went up for it, but he was closely guarded by at least a couple.
T. Galloway, I couldn't see for sure who it was, did a great job. The referee's got something. Nope, he's just a substitute. Okay, I thought he was pointing like unsportsmanlike. 4th down and 4. They're going to go for it with the score like it is, so hang on.
From the Sulphur Springs 39, ball on the far hash, they move right to left. Grant in motion to the near side, and they're setting up a screen to Grant.
Yep.
And
Bubble
a little
screen,
tunnel screen as he was coming back to the center of the field, and for whatever reason they could not connect.
I think it may have been tipped, but regardless, it's going to be Wildcat football at the 39-yard line going out now with 10:50 left in the ball game. So a good job. The defense has really done well. Offense is just carried on. The defense has done a really good job at the first time of the year that they've been challenged.
First down Wildcats at their 39-yard line. 27-point lead with 10:50 to go in the game. Wildcats will almost certainly go to 4-0 on the season. Going into district play next week against the Aubrey Chaparrals here at Gerald Prim Stadium. Off week after that. And then it's at Salina on October 10th. Deuce Timmons handing off on first down. This may be Keyshawn John in the game for the first time. Keyshawn in jail there and going to be thrown for a loss back to the 36-yard line.
This is bad for our offense at times as far as running backs because right now we've got the game in hand, so we're pretty well going to run the ball. So now they can pin their ears back and bring extra people to try to stop the run. So sometimes this is tough on you.
2nd down and 14 or 13 as the Wildcats behind the chain here. They have 2 men to the far side and 1 to the near side, moving left and right. Timmons in the shotgun, going to run it up the middle. Timmons going to his right, cuts it back, and gets to the 40-yard line. He's just a step away from breaking it there, Tony.
Yeah. This part right here kind of bothers me because this is where Timmons could take some hits that we don't really need to. Got back just past the original line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and 9, really 3rd and 10.
Ball between the hash marks at the 40. Line to gain is the 49-yard line.
I'd like to see Timmons cut out the running for the rest of this game. Let's let the running backs and then do some dump passing.
3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Keyshawn John to the right of Timmons. Timmons passing, and it is complete, and that looks like Jackson Virgil who makes the catch.
Yep.
at the 50-yard line. That'll be a Hooten Hardware first down for the Wildcats.
Nice delivery there. Nice delivery.
Jackson Virgil working across the field from left to right, and the big 6'4" frame there, a great target for Deuce Timmons.
Only thing bad there is he got out of bounds.
Yeah. I love your phrase, a happy clock.
A happy clock.
That's what we like when we're up 30-3. Keep that clock moving. Wildcats first down at the 50. Ball between the hash mark. It's like Quinn Harris in there at the H-back. And they give it to Keyshawn John, and Keyshawn breaks the tackle. And down the field goes Keyshawn John inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line for a gain of 12 yards.
That's another Hooten Hardware first down. I know y'all get tired of my referee stories. John Prickett, who's the vice president at Grocery Supply, was on my crew. He was always wanting to get home early. I accused him of being upset if we weren't home in bed by 9. But if we had a longer than normal first quarter, he'd already have it calculated what the end time was, and he'd make a point. So he's already sent me a text tonight that said we're probably going to be past 10, and we may have to leave. He was a good one. He had a lot of fun.
First down Wildcats at the 37 of Mount Pleasant. Whistles as the play gets underway.
I guess it's timeout. I thought it was, it's delay. I thought we jumped, but it was delay. So, okay.
Well, a rare pre-snap penalty against Sulphur Springs.
And you may see some of that because if we're smart, we're not going to snap the ball till right in the 1 or 2 seconds left on a running clock. And every once in a while, you just get caught.
First and 15 from the 42. This is a play action pass. Timmons now scrambling. I see a flag down coming probably from the umpire there, Tony.
That's going to be a hold. All I wanted there was get Timmons on the ground because that's coming back.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
It's on defense. Okay. Then that's okay. I still want to see him get down. So that's 15 yards and a Hooten Hardware first down by penalty.
Personal foul against Mount Pleasant. I'm like you. I thought it was going to be holding.
I assumed it was going to be holding, but evidently they've done a lot of that, and that may very well be what Coach Faircloth was talking to in the second quarter with the referee, is that there was a lot of that going on. And there's a lot you can't see in there. People don't realize how much mass is in there.
So that moves the ball to the Mount Pleasant 27-yard line on the 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
Wildcats lead 30-3, just under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Sulphur Springs on the march. Snap to Timmons in the shotgun. Throwing deep down the right side for Jamorian Jeffrey. Leap for the ball. Did he catch it?
He came back and high-pointed. What a catch. That had interception all over it. Had perfect coverage, and he planted and jumped up over him, and what a catch. Hooten Hardware first down there.
Terrence Beard, the defensive back, went up with Jamorian Jeffrey on the near side about 4 yards deep in the end zone, but Jeffrey came down with the ball.
Incomplete or interception. It was a well-thrown ball, but it was perfect coverage.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats for that beautiful touchdown pass from Deuce Timmons to Jamorian Jeffrey. And the kick good.
Extra point good again.
Eric Rodriguez, 37-3 Wildcats. This is Wildcats football on KSS2.
Tony, pull your mic up closer to your mouth, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I may be getting wore out.
Okay, good. So 7-3.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
61-yard drive for Sulphur Springs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays. 27-yard touchdown pass from Deuce Timmons to Jamorian Jeffrey. And that is the 4th touchdown reception of the season for the senior Jamorian Jeffrey. And how many touchdown passes does Deuce Timmons have tonight? Is that his second?
That's at least 2, maybe 3.
The one to Hare.
I think just 2.
So that would give that. So we'll check it later, but that will give him now 9 TD passes this season.
Just shows the athleticism of our outside, of all our team, all our skill people. I mean, there's been some good defense played by Mount Pleasant, and we've come down with some balls.
Jeffrey was well covered there.
Absolutely. I had no chance for a catch. I was just hoping he wasn't intercepted because he had inside position, perfectly done.
Rodriguez backs off only a couple of yards, so he pops this one short, but it will be returned from about the 26-yard line. And this is Brandon McCoo with a nice return to the far side of the field for Mount Pleasant, going from left to right. And he is out of bounds, I think, in Sulphur Springs territory.
Yeah, he's going to be at the 46.
At the Wildcat 46-yard line.
So that was just he caught it and went against the grain, and our kickoff team didn't keep our lanes, and all of a sudden we didn't have anybody to the wide side of the field. So short field, but that's all right. 7:35 left. Well, all we're looking for is keep them in bounds. Don't let them score. Stay healthy.
37-3 Sulphur Springs. Mount Pleasant moving to the north end zone at Gerald Prem Stadium. Ball on the far hash mark from the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. Cook, the quarterback, passing into the flat on the near side. Complete. And out of bounds then after the gain is Jaden Lowen. Let's see where they say he went out.
39. Second and 8. Or second and 2, gain of 8.
Yeah. 39-yard line of the Wildcats. Clock stops on the out-of-bounds play. Ball on the near hash mark. Carter Cook, the senior quarterback in the shotgun, has 3 men, actually 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Tony Grant, the running back, a couple of steps to his right. Cook in the shotgun, back pedals. Throwing for Emmanuel Harris, his big tight end over on the far side, but overthrown.
He had to overthrow that because Grayson Hardy had gotten in the passing lane, and all of a sudden he saw it and had to give it a little bit of air and overthrew everybody. 3rd and 2, long 2, short, well, about 3, 3rd and 3.
Carter Cook, the senior quarterback last year, had 1,500 yards passing, 300 yards rushing, produced a total of 25 touchdowns for Mount Pleasant.
He looks pretty comparable. Got a weird throwing motion.
3rd and 3, give it to Tony Grant. Grant going off left tackle and slashing across the line of scrimmage and down to the Wildcat 27-yard line for a first down. 12 yards on the gain to Tony Grant.
It has to be hard for him to get up on Saturday mornings because he's taking a beating, and if he does this every week, then more power to him. He's a strong young man, but he is taking his hits tonight.
First down, Mount Pleasant. Wildcats up 37-3. This one safely in the bank. 6:54 to go. Snap to Cook in the shotgun. This time Grant hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. That is Truth Holmes who got him.
Grabbed him around the shoulders and spun him.
Wildcat nose tackle. Bound for the University of North Texas next year.
Mount Pleasant was taking a little exception of Truth's excitement, but the referees got in there. Coach is doing a good job of bringing him off the field right now. You don't want anything happening.
Tigers behind the chain, 2nd and 14. Line to gain will be the 18-yard line of the Wildcats. Snap to Cook. Cook back pedals, throwing over the middle. Intended for Emmanuel Harris, the tight end, incomplete. 3rd down and 13 or 14.
14, yep.
It'll be 3rd down.
6:06 left. Clock is stopped.
When you get a chance, check on the Aubrey score, Tony.
Okay.
As Aubrey will be coming in here next week for the first district game. I believe they were ahead early. 3rd and 14. 2 men wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Grant to the left of the quarterback. Cook with time to throw. Near side, and that is the little running back, Tony Grant, down the field. He caught it. Great catch, Tony Grant. Out fighting the Wildcat defender there.
And he did all he could. That's number 23, I think. That's Preston Nottingham.
Oh, you're right. I believe you are right.
And he went up, and everybody's going to say should have been a flag for face guarding, but there is no face guarding in high school. But Grant just really kept his concentration and came down with it.
Again, we have said tonight that he may be only about 5 feet tall.
Yeah. Aubrey is winning 29-19 over Van Alstyne with 4 minutes left.
Of course, Van Alstyne, are they still 3A or are they a 4A?
They may be 4A too, but I'm not sure. Timeout, Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant takes a timeout before they have the conversion here. Maybe want to talk about whether to kick the extra point, which I would think that is what you would do in this
I would get the practice there. It's not like you're going to come back and win the ball game. So if you need to work on your extra point, work on it.
So that was a 27-yard touchdown pass from Carter Cook to Tony Grant, who is the running back, and I'm not sure how they deployed him on that play. If he came out, I believe he was lined up.
I think he kind of came out on a little wheel play.
Right.
It was slow developing, and he didn't want him. And then I think he threw him there just as a last effort. And threw it where it's just one-on-one, and it just happened. He was backing in and falling down backwards. It was nice.
This is their big kicker, Alberto Avila, who had a 43-yard field goal last week, had a 33-yard field goal in the first quarter to give Mount Pleasant the lead, and he drills the extra point here to make it 37-10 with 5:52 to go in the ballgame. Wildcats on top. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Okay. It's a 46-yard drive for Mount Pleasant. They had a nice kickoff return to set them up at the Wildcat 46-yard line.
Yep.
And took 5 plays. 27-yard touchdown pass from Carter Cook to Tony Grant. And a great catch by little guy Grant in the end zone. He's a good-looking little football player for them.
But just like our score from Virgil or Jamorian in the other end zone, perfect coverage.
Yeah.
Just a great play. Yeah. So sometimes you can do everything you can, and you just can't quite get there. So
give the other guy credit.
Yep. So it looks like they're putting the ball on the ground here, so they're going to onside it or squib it or something.
I'm glad you noticed that because I had not noticed. Yeah, it's. Well,
he's deep, but number 5 is liable to be the one that kicks it.
And they do kick it in. I think that was on a tee.
Was it? It had to be because the way it was.
Fair catch called for by Jackson Hare right at the goal line.
That's what he should do.
And that'll give the Wildcats the ball at the 25 with under 6 minutes to go in the game. Sulphur Springs up 37-10 on their old rivals, the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
I remembered my name a while ago when I told you about getting the teams together and chewing them out. There was a Father Flanagan speech and then a John Wayne. And Father Flanagan is you get them together and you say, come on, guys, don't make us do this. John Wayne's when you threaten to shoot them. I shouldn't say threaten to kick them out of the game. Most of the times I skipped Father Flanagan and went right to it. And my crew would rate my speech after the game. That was a pretty good one. We're going to give that a 6.
Now, boys, I'm disappointed in you. That would be the Father Flanagan.
That would be what it is.
Here's Keyshawn John up the middle on the handoff, and we have Mason Cooper in the ballgame now at quarterback for the Wildcats.
That. So 6-yard gain. Yeah, Deuce has done his job. Not that you want anybody to get injured, but
sure,
this is a time for people to be able to get in a big district or a non-district game against a quality team and get their licks in.
2nd and 4 for the Wildcats from their own 31-yard line. Clock is rolling with 5:20 left to go in the game. Ball on the near hash mark as they move left to right. 2 to the near side. And one to the far side. Here's a bubble screen, and this is Brody Dodd who makes a leaping catch.
Hooten Hardware first down.
And then does a nice job of using his blockers there and gets across the 35 up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 6 yards.
And
Tony
he cut it down, cut it back inside to keep the clock rolling. We're under 5 now. If they play this right, we'll get out of here pretty quick.
I see senior Ben Lovelady in there at a wide out position for the Wildcats now. Going wide to the far side. And in the slot there is Deacon Carpenter.
Yeah, he hadn't caught a pass today. I figure he might catch one before the night's out.
Snap to Mason Cooper. Give it to Keyshawn John. Going right, cutting back. Keeps it between the tackles and basically no gain there.
Yep. Again, that's tough right now because they know that's what you're going to do, so they can just charge. And big old 99, he can fill 2 holes. That's a big old boy.
Yep. That is their defensive tackle, Aiden Johnson. I know he is a major college recruit. I thought I had written it down that he was committed somewhere, but I can't find that. But I know he's considered a major college prospect.
He looks to be 6 foot to 6'2", and then he's got to be right at 300.
Oh, yeah.
Ball was attempted for Keyshawn out here, but got tipped, incomplete. Going to be 3rd and 10.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37-yard line. So, again, Aubrey coming in here next week to start district play. That was a big game last year at Aubrey. That was the game that I think I really totally bought into the Wildcats as a team that was going to go very far.
Yep.
Because Aubrey was highly regarded. Wildcats went in there and won it convincingly.
Yeah.
But Aubrey off to an 0-3 start, although it looks like, from what Tony says, looks like they'll win their first game tonight against Van Alstyne. Now, whistles and all kinds of movement at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be 5 yards back for us.
False start.
Number 1 for Mount Pleasant was close to getting a dead ball personal foul because he hesitated, then went in and hit him with a little more gusto than I'd like.
Yeah. And the Wildcats then have an open date on October 3rd, and Tony, October 10th at Salina. Wow, what a big game that will be.
And that's one where, all during the off season, and you're not supposed to admit it, but you're basically saying you're playing for second. I'm not scared of Salina right now, and I bet you they're kind of worried about us.
Yeah, you bet. 3rd and 15, and the handoff to Keyshawn John up the middle. John a step to his right, then cutting back. And Mount Pleasant defenders put him to the ground after a gain of a couple of yards.
All we're trying to do there is hold on to the ball and punt, and it looks like Rodriguez is going to punt.
He did that last week.
Yep, he did that with Jackson out. Jackson's over there I'm sure they're just doing that for protection.
Yeah, he only punted. I think that was the only punt the Wildcats had last week.
I think it was.
Eric Rodriguez, the place kicker. Ooh, gets a high snap, but does a good job of pulling it down and gets the punt away, and it's a pretty good-looking punt, and it's off the hands of the Mount Pleasant return man, and he will be tackled at about 25-yard line. That is
26 is
Jeremiah
Alex King.
Jeremiah Herndon on the return, and
Alex King got him. Yep, he kind of missed him early, but hung on and slung him down. 2:30 left in the ball game. First down from the 36-yard line for Mount Pleasant. Respectable punt from Rodriguez. Wasn't very high, but had some pretty decent distance to it.
31-yard punt.
Basically no return, so that's a good thing.
37-10, the Wildcats. And this one feels, compared to the first 3 games, this one feels relatively competitive tonight.
Yeah, we're still the better team, but we've had to play. First 3 games, we could just hang on, and eventually it was going to get there. But this time we've done a good job.
Deuce Thompson in motion for Mount Pleasant from left to right. Cook in the pocket now, moving, feeling the pressure, rolling to his right, and gets rid of it. Over to the far side, I think it was incomplete.
I think that's the same. Yeah, I couldn't hardly see it. But
Defensive play there by Grayson Hardy.
Grayson Hardy on the coverage there for the Wildcats.
And the quarterback was running for his life again. Had really good.
But you know, he's had time to throw. I think you have to give the Wildcat secondary credit for good coverage here tonight for the most part.
But there again, when you're just rushing 3 and you got 5 interiors, you're supposed to have time, and that's part of the scheme that we're playing. But we've put a lot of pressure on him with just those 3.
Shotgun snap to Cook, backpedaling, again feeling the pressure now. Moving to his right, may keep it, will tuck it, and is out of bounds over on the far side, close to a first down at the 44-yard line.
Going to mark him 1 yard short. Going to be 3rd and 1.
C.J. Abrams.
Fixing to go under 2 minutes. We'll have the 2-minute timeout here after this play, assuming it ends in the field of play.
Mount Pleasant trailing 37-10, 2:07 left to go. 3rd and 1 from their own 44-yard line, ball on the far hash. Moving to the north end zone. Tony Grant taking the handoff, and he is swarmed and will never get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, going to be about they left him pretty close. I thought that he lost a yard or 2. It's going to be 4th down either way.
Making the first contact there, I believe that's Justin Strickland, senior defensive lineman for Sulphur Springs.
2-minute timeout.
37-10, the Wildcats. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
Ooh, Cooper got beat.
Okay.
Como won by 26. Cumbie is going to win.
9 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and the University Interscholastic League. Pregame and halftime brought to you by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. Tony, you have some scores?
I just put them down. But yeah.
Well, just get it when you can. This is 4th down and 1, and they will go for it here. Snap to Cook. He flicks a handoff. He's passing and complete in the flat over on the far side, and looks like they'll have a first down.
First down and out of bounds. Let's see. Pittsburgh lost its first game to Jefferson 32-29. Mount Vernon lost to Atlanta 22-17. Cooper Bulldogs lost to Bells Panther 48-34. Kilgore beat Texarkana Pleasant Grove 18-6. That was a TV game. Como won by 26 points over Shenton.
Wow. And they go to 3-1.
Yep, that's good.
First down at the Wildcat 46-yard line. Carter Cook, again, running for his life, and he will tuck it across the line of scrimmage and is run out of bounds over on the far side, close to a first down at about the 36-yard line.
Should give him a first down. Cumbie Trojans look like they're up 10 with 5 minutes left over Tyler All Saints. Frisco Panther Creek, there are people talking about us and Salina, and they're sitting there. They won 56-17. So we got the three-headed monster in this district.
Who did Panther Creek beat?
Kennedale. Mm-hmm. Winsboro won 42-35 over Hornet.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 40 in the defense. Personal foul, hands to the face, number 55 in the offense. Those penalties will offset. We'll replay it down.
Okay, so offsetting penalties on that previous play as the quarterback Carter Cook had scrambled and apparently had a first down or close to it, but that's going to wipe out that play. They'll go back to the 46-yard line.
Yeah. and the chains had already moved, so they're going to have to get them set. So obviously all the chippiness is still not gone.
No.
Let's see.
Do you have the Salina Franklin score, perhaps?
No, I never did. I'll have to look that. Emory won big over Chisholm. Lindale beat Gilmer.
Wow.
Gilmer's lost 2 or 3 this year.
Yep.
Commerce won. Chapel Hill lost to Carthage. Paris beat White House. And Community won 35-7 for his winning. They're going to win their
Braves.
first game.
Good for the Braves.
So they gave them a first down. I don't know if they marked it right.
Cook rolling out and passing incomplete, intended for Emmanuel Harris. And Cook went down hard there. He's taking a beating here tonight.
And Riley Hughes got him right as he was trying to throw, and he got him right in that throwing armpit, and he's going out. Riley just got called for either the personal foul or the hands to the face, and he was a little fired up and unfortunately took it out on the quarterback legally.
This game really needs to
it needs to just
come
finish.
to an end.
That's right.
Yeah, they need to somehow get the clock to run out. Wildcats lead 37-10, a minute 24 to go.
This is one of those two that you hate to say it, but might not even need to do the handshake afterward. I've seen those,
right.
and I've been part of those,
right.
and it's not good.
Right.
Because then you bring Mr. UIL into it, and that's the last thing you need.
Second down and 10, Mount Pleasant at the Sulphur Spring 46-yard line. Here is a direct snap to Grant. I think Carter Cook, the quarterback, went out of the game after that last play, and they direct snap in the Wildcat to Tony Grant. He burst up the middle for a nice gain to the 36-yard line on the first down.
That's probably going to be the name of the game for the rest of the plays. They're coming up on 1 minute with a first down. He's probably going to do that about 2 more times.
2 men in the slot, 2 wide. They snap it again to Tony Grant. Grant trying to get outside and does, and is down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Tony Grant.
9-yard line, and ran out of bounds 48 seconds. So he's going to be the show the rest of the way. Well, number 8's in. I thought it might be 9, but that's going to be the name of the offense is Grant left, Grant line or right, Grant middle.
25-yard gain there out of the Wildcat to Tony Grant. And again, he's lined up there in the shotgun. He has Brandon McCoo, a running back, to his left. Snap it to Grant, and this time Grant is hit hard behind the line as the penetration there by one of the Wildcats was almost immediate, and that was
Zay Godbolt. He got him. He fought off his blocker, and he got there way before the line, so that's a loss of about 5.
Zay Godbolt leading the Wildcats in tackles coming into the game with 16 and 2 tackles for loss. That'll give him his 3rd there.
So Mount Pleasant's got 2 timeouts left. The clock's running. I would be calling timeout trying to score, but it looks like this may be the last play of the ball game here.
Lost back to the 13. It's a go situation. Clock is down to 5-4. This will be the last play. And they hand off to Brandon McCoo. His first carry of the game. He had a kick return, and he goes right, cuts back, gets to the 10. That's the ball game. I'm like you. I don't know why they didn't use their timeouts there to try to put a score on. That would be a nice way to end the game. They are going to have the handshake line, it looks like.
Yeah, it needs to take place and show, but they better watch it too. And the coaches are spread out and watching them on both sides, and that's a good job. That's one thing you got to do. You can play hard, you leave it on the field, but be man enough to go shake the other fella's hand regardless of the outcome.
It was, as Tony said, a game with a lot of chippiness. Several contentious situations that we had during the course of the game, in particular there early in the second half when it looked like we were going to have, as they say in baseball, a bench-clearing brawl there for a moment. But cooler heads prevailed. And the Wildcats take it 37-10 37-10 tonight over their old rivals, the Mount Pleasant Tigers. And we'll come back and wrap this up when Wildcats football continues on KSST.
Power button. Break it.
Here we
There
go.
we go. Full move.
Yeah, no,
Well.
we had a little.
I broke it for a minute.
So you're in the break?
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good. Now you're not going to the TSN scoreboard show, are you?
No.
Okay. I know the Rangers done.
Rangers did not later tonight.
No?
Okay. No game.
How? It's Friday
Well,
night.
I think we didn't have the broadcast, I think is what James means.
Yeah. They played at
Okay.
home.
Right. Okay.
Three to 3 in the top of the 12th. Yeah, we even got policemen on the field tonight.
That may be a good idea.
Yeah.
Get your scores together as best you can, Tony, if you will.
Okay, I got them. Who did that? I guess that's automatic for the whole.
It's like Grand Saline years ago.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wildcats win at 37-10 over the Mount Pleasant Tigers here tonight. And we'll recap the scoring for you here. Mount Pleasant got on the board first. Tony, that was the first time that the Wildcats have trailed in a game this season.
That's not bad to be just down 3 as your only trail in the 4th ball game.
Right. So on the opening kickoff, Mount Pleasant successfully attempted an onside kick and recovered at the Sulphur Springs 48-yard line. And drive bogged down at the Sulphur Springs 16, and they settled for the 33-yard field goal by Alberto Avila. And they went up 3-0. Wildcats missed a field goal at the end of their first drive, and that was the first opening drive of the year for Sulphur Springs that the Wildcats did not score. Wildcats get the ball back after forcing Mount Pleasant to give it up on a 3-and-out. Jackson Hare scored the first touchdown of the night for Sulphur Springs on a 34-yard touchdown run to make it 7-3, putting the Wildcats ahead to stay. Eric Rodriguez, again, perfect with his extra point kicks tonight. After another punt, the Wildcats go, what was that, 74 yards in 11 plays. Deuce Timmons, 2-yard touchdown run to make it 14-3. Fumble recovery against Mount Pleasant as they were threatening to score, gave the Wildcats the ball at their own 8-yard line. They go 92 yards, Tony, in 7 plays.
Big play, big drive.
And a 30-yard pass from Timmons to Hare on the drive, and then the 25-yard touchdown pass, Timmons to Hare, making it 20-3, which was the score at halftime.
I think that's when the game was decided, was that drive.
I think you're right. And second half, Wildcats scored on their first possession as Mount Pleasant started at their own 1-yard line. They had some misadventures on the first couple of kickoffs. In the second half, Wildcats got the ball at the Mount Pleasant 34 on a short punt. Deuce Timmons on the first play 34-yard touchdown run. I don't think he was touched.
No, I think you're right.
And they go up 27-3 at that point, midway through the third quarter. Again, Mount Pleasant is forced to punt from their own territory. Wildcats got a nice punt return by Gio Ibarra to the 45-yard line. And they end up with a 36-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez, his first field goal of the season to make it 30-3. Mount Pleasant gives the ball up on downs at the Sulphur Springs 39. Wildcats then drive down the field 61 yards in 6 plays, and a beautiful pass from Deuce Timmons to Jamorian Jeffrey. Great catch by Jeffrey in the end zone for the touchdown. He was closely covered, just
perfectly covered. That was just out-athleted right there, if that's such a word.
Out-jumped the Mount Pleasant defender there, the 27-yard touchdown pass. 37-3 at that point. Mount Pleasant comes back down the field, and they got a great catch on a touchdown from their quarterback Carter Cook to their great little running back Tony Grant, who came out of the backfield. Tony said a wheel route and made a great catch. Again, very closely guarded by the Wildcat defender there. And Grant with a 27-yard touchdown score. 37-10 final score. So you have some scores to pass along?
Yeah, everything looks to be final. Jefferson beat Pittsburgh 32-29. Atlanta beat Mount Vernon 22-17. Bells beat Cooper 48-34. A little upset to me there. Kilgore beat Pleasant Grove out of Texarkana 18-6. Como-Picton up 36-10 over Trenton, so good for them. Cumbie won 26-16, or is up with 5 minutes on Tyler All Saints. Frisco Panther Creek 56-17 over Kennendale. That's going to be that's our last district game. Winsboro came back and beat Hooks 42-35. Rains out of Emory won 42-6 over Chisholm. Lindale came back and beat Gilmer 35-23. Gilmer's not used to losing. Commerce beat Whitesboro 35-28. Carthage came back and beat Tyler Chapel Hill 56-34 after being down by either 2 or 3 scores. So they're for real again. Paris won 48-21 over White House. Aubrey Chaparral's next week's game, 29-19 winner over Van Alstyne. And Nevada Community is up 35-7 in the third quarter over Fort Worth Western Hills. So
okay,
that's
great.
about all I got. I'm out of breath.
Great rundown of scores there, Tony Flippin. All right. Well, Wildcat football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, the University Interscholastic League, Pregame and halftime presented by Super Handy, Galleon Insurance, and Hall Oil. So district play begins next week with Wildcats taking on Aubrey, and it's a totally different situation once district play begins.
0-0.
And the focus is very much on the district games, as it should be, and so it's almost like a second beginning of the season. And
but I'm going to say, out of these first 5 games or 4 games, we've done what we're supposed to. We've limited penalties. We've done very well offensively. We've done very well defensively, very well special teams. So we have won our non-district schedule as far as our goals. Now it's a matter of ultra focus on the district. Make sure you don't have any slip-ups.
Wildcats have 2 huge road district games ahead of them. One at Salina, October 10th, and then, as Tony said a moment ago, the final district game of the season at Frisco Panther Creek on November 5th, and that'll be Cowboys facility there in Frisco. So 37-10 the win tonight for Sulphur Springs over their old rivals, the Mount Pleasant Tigers. I want to say thanks to James Terry, our producer in the KSST studio, Matt Jensen, technical director and video producer. You can see this game later on YouTube. By the way, if you would want to get home, look at it, it'll be up, I think, when you get home and early tomorrow morning, still on YouTube. And again, on Channel 18, next week. And thanks to Tony for all his outstanding analysis tonight. I'm John Mark Dempsey, 37-10, the win over Mount Pleasant, and we say goodnight from Joel Prim Stadium.
Thank you, guys. Folks, you've been listening to Wildcat Football. KSS 38 M.